Hello, fuckaroonies! Hello, fuckaroonies. ArchieLuxury here. Archibald Chesterfield III. How are you going today? It's all fuctus. It's all fuctus. Fuctus from the Latin, the Greek. Fuctus fucti, to be fucked over. I'm just getting ready for the show. The show, fuckaroonies. Fuckaroonies! And I gotta tell you, it's live. We're live. I tell you what, yesterday's show was a stinker. An absolute stinker. Tan and Jin, they're busy guys. The problem with having winners as friends is that they're always fucking going somewhere. They're always busy. They're always doing something. It's always just very, very difficult. Very difficult. Very, 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 very. I'm just saying, I'm so desperate for people on. Fuck, the link's not working. What the fuck do you mean the link's not working? Send again. Fuck me dead. Da 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 da. Oxley State High. Oxley State High. Da 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 da. I don't know. These links are fuctus fucti. It's from the Greek, to be fucked over with. Maybe I sent the wrong link. Jesus Christ. That's my fault. That's my fault. What can I say? Fuctus fucti. It's from the Greek, the Latin, to be fucked over with. Yesterday's show was a stinker. Absolute stinker. Fuck me dead. If the show continues like that, I tell you what, I won't be giving up. I won't be fucking doing terribly many more. We got to get this show on the road, fuckaroonies. Get this show on the road. Oxley State High. I went to Oxley State High. I went there and checked out the... Oh, thank God. Who's this?
Oh my God, the right link for finally, like.
Fuck, I've been a little bit. Hey, the reason the link didn't work is I've been a little bit rusty there.
The creepiest thing was Kelsowitz was sitting on the other link quietly, just in a very creepy manner. Like wasn't online, didn't realize you weren't there. He's just sitting there quietly, and I logged in, and then I immediately logged out. So
Tan, I want to tell you some updates very quickly. Number one. And I got Mark Goldberg's just jumped on. Hello, Mark. We would have lighting if it was a Porsche light, but unfortunately the bulbs have gone in the exploder. That's okay. I want to make an announcement on the channel.
Hello there, Paul.
Hey.
Watch check.
Hey, Marky. Hey, I loved your video, by the way. There was a little bit of, in the discussion group, a little bit of lively discussion this week. That's okay. Tan, I got an important thing to tell you.
Yes.
Hello. I don't want to sell the paddock. I don't want to sell the paddock.
I think you do want to sell it. I think you can't sell it is more the...
No, let me explain. I've had a few lowballers come in. Just They all think that I'm going to sell it cheap. I'm here to get top whack. I'm here to get as much... People come to me and say, oh, what's your lowest price? I said, what's the highest you'll pay? That's the lowest I'll go.
So I don't know. The interesting thing is there's been a lot of people commenting on saying, well, 27 is too high. And
there's a rumor that you've already sold it.
No, definitely haven't sold it.
I squashed that rumor, and I'll bring that up a little later, Mark. But a lot of people are saying, well, 27 is too high. And I'm like, well, if you actually look around on the market, like Govberg has one for like what 24, 25 with not even original papers, you know.
Yes.
Then you have a bunch of different ones that like
Hello?
I think
Hello?
if you drop it down to 25, you'll be able to sell it.
25. $10 from David Doods. And this is the reason I've decided a good friend of mine, what do you think of the VC offshore? And we'll actually bring this watch up. This is one of the reasons why I'm actually considering not selling this piece. I'm just going to call it up. Let's get it up on the screen because you guys want to see what I'm thinking. Just get this fucker up. Come on, baby. Where is this fucking thing? This one here. Let's get it up. Okay, here we go. I'll get this watch up for you guys to see. Da-da-da-da! Here we go. Let's have a look at this, guys. Tell me what... This is my... Now, this isn't my watch, but this is my friend's watch. If I can find the fucking thing. Don't you hate it when they fucking redo... Just hang on. I'm going to call it up. This is what my friend just bought. Fuck. Here we go. Have a look at this.
Nice.
There we go. This is what he bought. The Vacheron Overseas Chronograph. And this is Aussie dollars, not US. I think he bought this very well. And I tell you what, since he's bought that, it's made me realize I'd be really silly to sell my my Patek. It's got qualities that you just can't get.
You mean the fact that it doesn't track daylight savings time for like 6 months of the year?
My Breitling does. My Breitling world timer does.
Yeah, but you got to understand, Patek invented daylight saving. See, when you got a world time on, you just ring up the prime minister and say, reverse daylight saving.
Sure. I mean, the Egyptians invented fucking the sundial. Doesn't mean you'd buy an Egyptian watch.
No, exactly right. So
when I'm wearing the Breitling, I know what daylight savings time zones are. When I'm wearing any other world timer, I ask Siri.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is Patek's all about useful complications, and while I like the romance of the complication, Archie, I think that it's a pretty useless one if it's not working half the fucking year.
Oh, that's pretty nasty.
Well, I've been bringing it up. I've been bringing it up on Facebook forums saying, hey, what are the most useful complications? And date, triple date, annual calendar, perpetual calendar, GMT. I mean, those have come up as, and travel time have come up as the most useful. World time, chronograph, tourbillon.
It's the ultimate GMT. It's the ultimate GMT. It tells you every fucking time zone. You just need to mathematically say, okay, I need to add an hour. Boom, that's it. Daylight saving.
It's funny that Tanzil makes that argument when he owns an annual calendar in a language that he doesn't even speak. So every day is like.
But I can read the days. No, I speak French. I can definitely. The days are very similar.
Italian. It's Italian.
Yeah, but the days are. But the days.
There we go. There we go. Good point, Mark. Good catch, Marky. I got to give you 1 point for that, Mark. You get 1 point for that. Okay.
Thank you. Sir.
No, it's a Latin language. I can. The dates are the exact same. Like
it's a Luigi day. It's a Happy Mario Kart month.
Don't you think you're better off going with the Gen 3 if you're going to go with the overseas?
The overseas is shit, man. Like, what the fuck, Archie? What kind of bullshit are you spitting today? The overseas sucks.
Why do you say the overseas sucks? It's got a Frederick Piguet movement in it.
Great. Like, get a better watch. It's not a good watch.
It's not a good watch. What do you mean by that? It's every bit as good as a Royal Oak offshore.
I mean, that's like it's like saying like an El Primero is as good as a Speedmaster. Like, let's move on.
Archie, I think that today Tanzil is every bit as prickly as the rancher on his worst day, don't you?
No.
The overseas is a shit watch, man. Like, it's for you guys to say it's a good watch is just wrong. Like, if you're sure, it's like, okay, we want to start getting into Perigo fucking Laureatos now. Like, come on, how low are we gonna go? We already notched down a notch to the El Primero being at the same level as Speedmaster. Like, come on, we're really digging deep here.
Wouldn't you rather have a Lange than that Vacheron, though?
Yeah.
I would.
But it's about the price. But these are very, very good bang per buck.
Yeah, but can't you get a long A one for like 20? And you're really close there.
That's
Yeah.
Aussie dollars. That's Aussie dollars, Mark.
Oh, I see.
Not US.
Yes. Well, that's a shame.
Well, anyhow, guys, I wanted to come back here. It's great to have you on here. I got to be completely honest with you. The show was a fucking stinker yesterday, Tan. What the hell have you done to me?
Oh, we're gonna get started right now.
Tan. Louis Toledo, $5. Arch, what are your top 3 gold watches? Simple, simple, simple. Top 3 gold watches. Gold Sub, Gold GMT, Gold Daytona. There you go. That's the top 3. Gold Sub, Gold GMT, and if you wanted to throw the mix in there, you'd add a Pepsi, white gold. White gold. Put it in there, guys. Put it in there. And I've just had...
Sadly, I'm going to have to leave very shortly, but I'd like to ask before I do, how much would it cost for you to rip off and sell your underwear today?
I tell you what, there, I'd need to get at least $50. I'd need to get... Now, Tan...
$50.
Here we go. $5 super chat from Tan. Read out the ad I listed in the Hangouts. Okay, this is an ad that he's listed. Okay, here we go. And this is, I got to tell you something, guys. I've been doing a bit of freelancing, because I can't make a quid. I can't make a quid on the YouTube. I've been looking for other work. You understand? And my ad here.
Show the viewers the ad. Like you and I can see it, and Jordan can see it, but show everybody the ad.
Okay. I will.
And the prices too, in case anyone's interested.
Okay.
Just because I've been gone doesn't mean I haven't been around.
Okay, here we go. So this is my ad here. It goes, YouTube celebrity wants to show you how to make money on YouTube. There you go. YouTube teacher, internet marketing, market influencer, social media, YouTube celebrity with over 40 million views. Well, actually, it's okay. It's about, we'll teach you how to build a successful YouTube channel. I've been doing YouTube since 2009, full-time since 2014. I will show you the secrets to build a full-time business. There you go. Learn how to make videos, learn about the different cameras, devices, learn how to get views, learn how to run YouTube, turn YouTube into a full-time job. What do you need to pay for this? Wow, it gets better. It's merely how much, what price did I put on there? $30 an hour, I think, wasn't it, Tan?
There's another ad I had in the chat if you can click that one.
YouTube is exploding. Cash in now, long-term gains. Look at that.
Click the next ad I put in the chat. Because I actually want to purchase the next one for a friend.
Okay, here we go. This is
yes. I'm interested to purchase.
Yes, okay. $35 an hour. This is 35. Okay, look, guys, I gotta be honest with you. I'm doing a little bit cheaper because I'm desperate, fuckers. This here is the ad. And what are we selling today? I'll tell you what we're selling. Life coach, $35 per hour, introductory rate. Life coach, business mentor. So work out a blueprint for success in your life. Work out your short-term, medium, and long-term goals. Set up a plan for success. Looking at all aspects of your life. Career, family, money, relationships, overcoming obstacles. Life coach, $35 per hour. How's
all right,
that?
so that's good. And
we've got dating advice, finding the right partner.
Jordan, you're still here, right?
I'm here.
Okay, great. So Archie, you're gonna read the next super chat because now that we've advertised your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I will give it all a go. Dreams, aspirations.
Well, you got to read the super chat now,
Okay, here we go. I've been needing to read these super chats all week. And fuck, where's my thing gone? Here we go. Okay, stop this. Turn it off now. The super chats. Okay, here we come back. Here we go. Okay, give Jordan some life coaching right now for 10 minutes. And I got my, by the way, guys, I have got my speedy on. Okay, Jordan, what life goals do you have?
What life goals do I have?
Yeah, how can I help improve your life? What areas need work? Tell me what's wrong.
Wow. I'd have to think about that. What's wrong? Everything's going quite well right now. Give me some financial advice. Not if you don't know any background of mine, what would just be some fundamental financial advice you would give?
Well, I would say this is from my own life experiences. There, I would say the best financial investment you can make, paying 13 to 20% a year. Do you want a tip?
Sure.
Pay off your fucking credit card, sunshine.
Yep, that's a good one. So, would you say you would advise people on the Dave Ramsey plan?
I love my baby steps. Emergency fund. I have listened to so many hours of Dave Ramsey. I can spruik it like the best of you guys. Baby step. What baby step are you on, Jordan? Let's get straight in. I'm on 3E. Okay, 3E. What baby step are you on?
Part of my reasoning for buying the Batman was becoming debt free. So right now I've just become debt free, and I have my emergency fund. And, just in the process.
How much is in your emergency fund? Is this the $1,000 emergency fund, or we got 3 to 6 months?
The $1,000 emergency fund is the first baby step.
Yes, correct. That's correct. So how much is in your emergency? You've got a fully funded emergency fund.
Yeah, I got about 6 months living expenses in there.
Hey, I should be asking you for advice. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know where you're getting off, like charging $35, giving people fucking life coaching advice. We do have some super chats. Let's get to them.
Okay.
So Envy Scotsman had one early. No, there's Envy Scotsman had one. He's been bugging me to do it. So for him,
I love Envy Scotsman. He is one of the saviors of the. Okay, just got to find it. Just hang on.
Yeah, I got
Here
it.
we go.
$3. Yeah, go ahead.
Envy. Oh, let me go back. Where the fuck is Envy? Oh, here we go. Tan, Zenith or Speedy? You flipping the Speedy?
Speedy for sure. I don't know what the fuck Archie's on about with the Zenith bullshit. He's always hated the Zenith. He thinks he's appeasing Mark Goldberg. And realistically, it's a bad call to say the Zenith's better than the Speedy.
Ooh.
All right, so now we got Louis Toledo, $5. Arch, should I buy a 50 Fathoms?
No, do not buy that watch. Okay, if you want to keep that watch forever, buy it. But definitely do not buy. There's so many better things you can buy for the money. I tell you honestly, if you're going to spend that money, get a fucking Rolex Submariner. I know it's cheesy. I know it's easy. I know it's the least painful option, but fuck, a 50 Fathoms, it's not where you want to put. If you want a discount diver, get a Tudor. If you want a luxury diver, get a sub, sunshine. Any sub you can get. That's what I would say.
$2 for Woody New Yorker. How much to keep for emergency watch fund?
Emergency watch fund. That's a very, very, very good. As much as you see, I the way I see it is my emergency fund is my watches. That is my emergency fund. Okay. So I've got a fully funded emergency fund. And because you got to remember this, when bankruptcy proceedings are happening, personal assets are exempt.
So you were saying earlier you're going to keep the paddock, and so
fuck it.
Before I got disconnected, I was saying that a lot of people were kind of questioning the 27K, but when you look at the market, I mean, there's multiple 5110s for like 25 grand. At market value, without the full box.
I will have to agree with you, Tan. I will have to agree with you. You are kind of right. The complication is kind of, it is kind of fucked when you've got, Vacheron's got a 36 time zone world time. The paddock one is 24, and They actually had a Brisbane version of the time zone with Sydney and Brisbane different, but they're actually the same time zone. I don't know if they fucked it up. No, Paddock never admits to any mistakes, you know?
So you know the doc and I have been really like angry about this whole Speedmaster El Primero video, and BBW's here now as well to kind of learn you on why the Speedmaster is a much better watch than the El Primero.
Yes.
As soon as I get my
That's the reason you logged on, is to give him shit for the fucking El Primero video.
Oh, by the way, Tan, did you like my sticky box interior?
Yeah,
release?
it's funny because I read your ad on the 5110 on Gumtree, and you
Yes.
say, hey, I got a new box, but the old box has like a sticky button. So it's actually you not lying or anything. It's just that's actually what's happening in the box. That I
Yes.
found was funny, but
Yes.
So can you hear me now, guys?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you, Doc.
loud and clear.
Welcome and hello, everybody. Well, the Speedmaster, what can I say there, Pontiff? I mean, it seemed like you were leaning in your video towards saying the Speedmaster was the one to go with. It has certainly the horologic history on its side. And I think it's a functional watch more so than the Zenith. But then it sounded like you wanted to say that since the Zenith is not quite so popular and therefore it's not as prevalent, that it's the better watch.
I mean, you got to remember too, back in the 60s, the race was on to have an automatic chronograph.
I'm not sure that makes it superior, you know?
But that's what the race was on. Rolex was sidelined. Their Daytona was a dud.
True, and some would argue even, that the Daytona currently is more popular than it should be for everything that it is.
Mm.
But certainly I don't think that it's 10 times better.
Can I get your view on the VC that I had up before, the Vasher and Constantine overseas chronograph?
I did not see it. I just got here. I had some problems technically with error 500s coming onto the Hangouts for some reason.
$5 super chat, Tanzil, and he's saying, Arch, time to give Dr. BBW dating advice on how to pick up booty batches. I've gone into some services, okay, and dating advice, Doc. Dating advice. I would say to you, Doc, I would say to you, Doc doesn't really need dating advice. I've actually had women come to me, ask me for details on the Doc. Wealthy
well, I'll tell
women.
you this, and I said it before, and I'll say it again.
We'll release a picture once the court case is over.
There we go. Yeah. But the most popular watch in terms of women, especially saying something, is the Breitling, is the Super Ocean on the Shark
Wow.
Mesh.
Shark Mesh Super Ocean.
I was wearing it. I was wearing it last week, and I went into the medical library.
Here we go.
And I put it on the table next to me.
$2. Best look for a pale fucker, rose gold or yellow. Yellow.
Yep.
Make yellow gold great again. Thank you.
Yeah, I think rose works well with a tan.
And rose always looks like copper. It doesn't look like gold. So those real diggers, you've got to be a really good gold digger to actually realize that. A lot of just pretty busty women would just think it's brass or copper. Okie dokie. Now, Doc, you need to give
ALC Geophysic in rose gold. That's a pretty nice gold watch, don't you think?
gorgeous watch. That is a gorgeous watch. Watch. Are you a Dave Ramsey fan?
Oh yeah,
Jordan.
Yeah, I listen to him pretty regularly. I mean, it eventually gets a little repetitive. You kind of
Which state are you in? Which state are you in?
California.
See, the only problem with Dave Ramsey's advice is he says you should always pay cash. You could never buy a house in California paying cash. Very unlikely.
Yeah, that would take a long time to save up.
You'd have to borrow. You'd have to borrow to buy something, you know?
Well, he says it's okay as long as you have 20% down payment.
Yeah.
And your
Yeah.
payment is less than 25% of your take-home pay. Then you can afford it.
I like, you know, Dave Ramsey's actually made a video on watches. He said that was the most stupid purchase he ever bought. He didn't say what brand it was.
That's not because he's into it. If it's not important to you and it's not a priority, then yeah, it's a waste of money. But if you're into it, it makes you happy, then it's worth it.
Tanzeel, $5 super chat. What's softer, Jin's voice or the JLC watch that Jordan just brought up? Ooh, Tanzeel, I would have to say that fucking JLC, you cannot give those fuckers away. They are fucking hard to move, man. Fuck. They're fucking soft. I got to be honest with you. Those fucking True Beat ones.
For a gold watch, that's actually one of the lower prices you'll find.
Actually, JLC is probably the best bang per buck for a gold watch. Like a lot of makers, like Rolex, they're 3 times the price of a steel one for a gold one. But JLC is actually quite reasonable. Like the ratios are. But they just, I don't know what it is with JLC. They're cunts to service too. You know, I must say this. My Reverso Grand Date, the quote they told me, it's similar to the World Time to service it.
Oh, it's because you haven't serviced it like in fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
It's probably the second time you should be servicing the watch. Like, it's just going to keep going higher and higher.
The only JLC I'd buy with confidence would be a Reverso, because everything else, if you need to get out of it, you're going to have a challenge of a time.
Well, I think that's the problem that Archie's having with the 5110 is it's not that the watch is not good or the value is not there. It's just at that price range of 27,000. I mean, the market of buyers is very small. And when you're in that range, there's a couple other watches that kind of creep into that range as well that I think causes it to be a bit difficult.
Do you think Gumtree may not be the best place to advertise for life
it
coaching
I was about
services?
to say that.
Yeah,
I was about to say you can't advertise to people who want to spend $5,000 for a watch, and you can't advertise a $27,000 watch.
Well, exactly.
Yes.
I mean, you sold the 5107 in Singapore, and
Yes.
the 5110G in New Zealand, right?
Yes.
You're not gonna. I mean, the Taswegians that you're trying to sell to,
fuck.
you know, they're just
Yeah,
not
buy
buying.
that. It's just it's exactly it. I saw a good movie, by the way, Doc. I wanted to mention this movie to you. It reminded me of you.
I'm already scared.
Okay, the movie's it stars Colin Firth, who I kind of imagine that's what you are like.
I don't even know who that is.
Colin Firth, he was in that movie Kingsman. You know Kingsman?
I guess I have a busy life. I
Okay.
don't know these things.
Okay, the movie's called Arthur Newman. I think you'd love it. Okay,
I'll have to look it up.
it's about this middle-aged guy who looks like you, Doc. Because I know what you look like. You look like him. That's not a negative. Oh. Colin Firth is quite an attractive man. Okay.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Thank you.
He's going through a midlife crisis. He's a middle-aged guy. So what does he do? Guess what car he buys? A second-hand 380 SL. That's what everyone needs, isn't it? Okay, Tanzeel, $5 super chat. 5711 or 5170. 5711 or 5140. What the fuck is going on with the secondary market when a Nautilus is the same price as a chrono or a perpetual fucking calendar? Tan, my man. You know something?
What?
That's the fucking truth. Believe you me, you hit it on the head, sunshine. I mean, fuck. It is just crazy. Why are they so much? Let me tell you a swap I was going to do. You know, when I had the 5107 and the 5035, I was actually going to swap them for a 5980. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's the, is it the Nautilus chronograph?
Yeah. I'd have to put money in as well. Would I have been better off to do that?
I mean,
who were you going to swap it with?
It was a dealer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, But the 5980 shot up in price, right? Same with the 5111, 5711.
Yeah.
All of them shot up
Yeah.
in price. So you probably would have been out on top if you had done the deal back then.
Yeah.
But right now, it's crazy. Like, there's
I
people.
agree with you 100%. And you know what? I don't even understand, right? You know, when the 5711 was retail, you could buy them at retail. They weren't anything special. I never really liked them.
Well, I bought mine at 26.5 when the retail was in the 24s or 25. So I paid a bit of a premium on it to get the watch. But, you know, it's funny because on the Canadian watch forums, this question came up was, hey, 5711, you know, as the most versatile watch or whatever. And I'm like, what do you mean versatile? You know, I'm like, for that money, I'd get
It's
a
not even a
51.
hacking movement. You know that?
Well, I mean, he's like, well, you could wear it anywhere. I'm like, well, you wouldn't fucking take that to the beach. You would not wear that in the water, right? And it's a pretty delicate movement. It's a 3-2-4. It's the same movement. It's in the Calatrava. It's the same.
It
You know,
is.
it's not a
It's a
movement
good
with a full
movement.
balance bridge or anything. Like,
It's a good movement, but
it's a good movement, but it's not a good, robust sports watch movement, right?
no, of course not. It's a
But
very delicate.
But that's the
It-
facade of the Nautilus, right?
But
Is
however, you look at many of those APs. You can look at the Royal Oak Offshore series. A lot of those watches, they look beefy and chunky and mean and tough and vicious, but they're as fragile as they come. You know.
Mhm.
So people think the Nautilus is a rugged watch.
Well, they're talking about it being a versatile, like, you know, a watch that you can kind of go and Danny Govberg uses the term beach to tux, right? He's a big proponent of the Nautilus, and I'm actually a very big proponent against the Nautilus, and I've owned the Nautilus.
Oh, you
But
But
against
if you take that to the beach, you're messing it up.
I just think that it's, you know, I mean, it's a good watch. Don't get me wrong. It's not a $50,000 US watch. It's not a watch that should be in the league of a chronograph or perpetual calendar. You know, those watches are next level.
And the truth is, the genre. What the problem is the genre. Steel sports genre has taken over. Let me say, you know what I reckon the best thing. I was talking to someone yesterday, and this is what's happened. Okay, let me explain this concept to you. You know, in the 70s, most people had sedans, didn't you? If you really needed a bit of extra space, you bought a wagon, didn't you? You know, a station wagon.
Right.
You people in England would call them an estate car. Okay, an estate car, which is a station wagon, right? The wristwatches today, like in the 70s, most people, if they're going to buy a Rolex, they wouldn't buy a sub or a GMT. They'd buy a Datejust. Okay, people wore ties to work because society was much more conservative.
Mm-hmm.
What's happened is sports watches is like the SUV. You've now got SUVs with luxury interiors that you'd never ever take off-road, but they still look macho and tough. They want that macho look toughness. And that's what's happened with the whole watch market. Everybody goes for SUVs. What's the SUVs of the watch market? It's steel sports. That's what it is.
I don't disagree with you on that part, but I think there's a part of it that people don't see, and that's the fact that they say, you know, this is a dress watch. If it's on a leather strap, it's a dress watch. And the term dress watch doesn't exist anymore. Like, how many of us go to fucking black tie events?
Well, I think a dress watch is any analog watch. And we had a $10 super chat. Sorry, this has just fallen off. I've got to take this one here because $10 was a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and I desperately, it was for a drink, and it actually said there, this is from Kalsowitz, drink up, big boy, cheers. Please suggest and convince Tan what he should get next. I can tell Tan what to get next. Tan, what you need to get next, I can tell you what you need to get next is a 5111. That's what you need.
Really?
I love the 5111. I don't know about you.
I know you do. I'm a little
That is an
curious.
amazing bang to a buck watch.
It is, but it's a pretty niche watch. You know, square
Now, I'm just going to go
case,
and get a beer. I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm going to go and get a beer. I'll be back.
I don't like that watch. That's like cheap head.
It's a gondola, so you know it's something he likes, and I don't think he'd actually ever buy one, because I think he'd be too shit scared that it would, you know, sink like a, you know, it would be an anchor watch. It wouldn't be able to go anywhere. I think for his 5110, if he if he was willing to do a deal at 25, I
Yeah.
think he could get that done. No problem. Or he finds the right buyer.
Didn't you make an offer on it?
I offered him, I think it was like, it was around that. It was around that mark. When he comes back, I'll shoot him an offer right now when he comes back, actually.
There you go.
All right, Archie. How about so Jordan was saying, Jordan and I don't agree with your 5110, 5111. Gondola is cool, but I don't know. I personally don't like them.
That's the cheap paddock. It's the squared off. It's like the entry level used.
Yeah.
Now, Kelsowitz, that $10 you just gave me, is that part of your baby steps to give to charity? Do you consider me a charity?
Yes, it's definitely a tax write-off.
You got $2 here from New York Punter. What's in the Mark, the Circle Jerking Millionaire Collection?
Okay, Marky himself there. He's got some fucking amazing watches. I sold a lot of watches to him. I tell you what he's got. Let me tell you what he's got. He had, from the Archie 5, that Breguet I had, the transatlantic, he's got that. He bought my Reverso tribute to 1931. He bought that. He bought my gold sub. He bought my Monte Carlo Tudor. He bought, what else did I sell him? I think that's about it. I think that's what I sold him. Yes. So he's got some amazing watches there. And I got to tell you, I fucking, he got some amazing, he got amazing collection. That's Mark Circle Jerking Mark. Yes, he's very cool watches. I'm
not sure when I would wear one, but that gold sub, man, that is.
All right. So,
yeah.
So I promised Jordan I'd throw in an offer for your 5110. So I'll give you my 5035. I'll give you a brand new Speedmaster professional moon watch, and I'll give you $2,000 US for your 5110. So you'll get the 5035, which is, obviously, and it's under warranty with Govberg and stuff like that. So you get 15 months, box papers.
God,
you get a new Speedy Moon, which you could flick, or you could flick your old one, and I'll give you, a couple of $1,000 US cash.
That's pretty spooky. I got to tell you honestly, fuck.
Sounds pretty good.
That sounds very good. If I could read Italian, I might do it, I got to tell you, is it that much better? I got to be honest with you. I never thought the world time was that much better than the fucking annual calendar. Come on, you're talking to friends here. Tan, I got to be honest with you. Don't believe the bullshit I sprout there. As you said there, it is fucking useless. Like you do realize it doesn't have a second hand. Did you know that?
No, of course it doesn't. I mean, where the fuck are you going to see it? You can see it on the dial. It doesn't, but.
And it doesn't have a date.
Yeah, so who cares?
And I mean, I never thought it was that far superior to a annual calendar. That's a fucking.
How long is this deal on the table, Tan?
No, I'll give him some time to think about it. Obviously, he's been dealing with the low ballers on Gumtree. Now, here's the thing, too. Archie
got
has
box and papers for yours.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Come on, we're talking about Tan.
Yeah, I don't buy.
Why would he have one without box and papers?
Exactly. I don't buy fucking shit without that.
Jesus Christ. Because I got to tell you, the 5035 is a fucking. I got to be honest with you. That is a.
Now mine's white gold.
If someone said to me,
Lake Gray dial, right?
It's amazing. It's an amazing piece. You've got a fucking amazing piece. If someone, James Lynch, £2. Patek 5065p. Thoughts? I love the slate dial.
Oh yeah, for sure. Great watch.
5065. What's that? That's an Aquanaut, isn't it?
What do you think it is? Annual calendar movement. Oh, is it 5065 or 5056?
5065.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that needs pictures.
I think he means the 5056.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's the same watch. It's the version that's kind of between the 5035 annual calendar and the 5146 annual calendar. It's one of the moon
that was the 5036.
There's
50,
also a 56. Is that what you're talking about? The gray?
Yeah, so no, so James Lynch just wrote 37mm annual calendar. So he
There
means
was a research one. There was an advanced research one too. Do you
nah,
like
nah,
those?
nah, 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 nah. Boys, he's talking about the platinum annual calendar slate gray dial with the think of the transitional model between the 5035 and the 5146, where it has Patek Philippe at the bottom, including the moon phase, but it's in platinum. So just look up
This-
5056P.
This is why
Fucking
there should be
amazing.
this is why there should be a Patek rule for pictures. Say,
That's
Yeah, no, I'm-
everybody's
You're right.
confused.
He's right.
What
He's
the hell
right.
are we talking
I'm
about?
going to call it up now.
I'm putting. I just put one in the Google Hangouts chat here, Archie. So you can just click that.
Now, Arch, you gotta negotiate the travel terms here with Tan.
Yeah, that was another thing. Was Archie doesn't ship his watches. He doesn't, because
No.
obviously there's many
Do
mafias.
you blame
that are
me
out
for
there.
that? Do you blame me for not shipping or not? Seriously.
I mean, after James Whitey Bulger, pinched your watch, I think in Boston, or was it Boston or Chicago? I don't know. Somebody pinched
Chicago!
Okay, so Al Capone
I
pinched
got a
your
dog
watch.
trainer looking into it for me. I got a certain dog trainer looking into it for me.
So that means Archie
Well,
says he'll pay half the way, and then the seller has to pay half the way, or the buyer or whatever. And so he'd have to come to Canada. And I don't know if Archie's prepared. He hasn't been to America. I don't think he'd take the trip to Canada.
Because one left-wing socialist country to another, that should be fine.
All I see is a man rowing a pumpkin when I'm looking for this
Oh my God!
watch of yours.
Archie? Can
Sorry?
you pull up that picture?
Which picture's this?
So Archie, go into the WhatsApp group chat, and
He
there's a
knows
picture
what
of
picture it is.
a man rowing in a pumpkin who we thought looked like Bill Sanders, because he has the beret, the beret on and stuff like that.
Yes,
If you could put that up for the group, I think a lot of the people on the show would like that.
Yes. He's rowing in the pumpkin, isn't he?
Yeah,
Or he's part of the pumpkin.
That was a video, I think. I think that was video, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't a video. It's just a picture I sent in the group chat.
Okay.
So what do you guys think of this 5056?
I think it's fucking beautiful. I've always loved. Look, I got to be honest with you. There's many Pateks. I just fucking love Pateks. I mean, when I was young and stupid and didn't know much, all I knew was I wanted a Patek. I wanted a Patek which had multi-dials. Those dials, I thought that was what an expensive
The three
Patek was.
three eyes. So you can get those 3 eyes back with a 5035 slate grade dial with an Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch, the new model with a big ass motherfucking suitcase and a couple of grand cash.
Yes, I must say that's a fucking deal of a decade, isn't it? Hey, what do you think?
Well, Robert Padilla says he doubts you'll do any deal in the world time.
When I was young and
Yes.
stupid, I wanted something else that started with a P. Same number of letters.
I see. And what happened?
I've had it a few times. It's not that big a deal.
Are we talking about penis?
Talking about what the president was grabbing.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's by the way, in that, did you ever see that The Sopranos, the guy got a I think it was a 5036, wasn't it?
Yes, the 5036. That's the one that was gifted.
From the hub ripoff, the housing
Right.
development ripoff.
Yeah, you showed me that episode.
For a 5056, aren't you better off with the 5205 annual calendar? Same money, same style, much better.
There were a few watches on that show.
Yeah, I
There
think
was a Rolex
Jordan-
on that show too.
Oh, a lot of
think
Rolex. Tony had I love Tony. It's so sad that it's over.
Well,
Jordan, I think it's the how limited this is. I mean, even to the point where 5056 is not a very common reference, and it's in platinum. I
Yes.
could see these being very, very few and far between out in the world compared to a 5205.
Look, I think realistically, I'm quite happy with the 5035. I think the first one is the bang per buck. Come on, let's be honest. This is for obscure Patek reference collectors.
We got a $2 super chat here from New York Punter. If Jin's a JLC Master Ultra Thin, what is Clive?
He's a jumbo.
Fucking, he's a Hublot Big Bang.
Look, I quite like it was his birthday last week. It was his birthday. Happy birthday, Rancher. And
Yes.
no, look, I got to tell you, he'd be a big bird. He'd have to be a big bird. He that is the big bird watch.
But you know what? He's on
And
his
he'd be
way
happy
to becoming,
with that. He'd be happy with that.
He's becoming. He's on his way to becoming a limited edition slim model.
You're joking?
Oh, he's on a weight loss program, exercising, eating right, all those things.
Is it working?
All right,
think
so
it
we
is.
got 2 pounds from James Lynch. Look up the 5056P on Chrono 24. It's a bargain.
Okay,
Get to it, Archie.
let's go and do our chrono. Let's do our. If you keep an eye on the super chats, I'll bring up the Chrono 24 screen. I
Really?
love.
30 grand.
Well, it is a bargain in the sense it's an annual calendar. It's platinum, right, and it's very limited. I mean that equates to being a pretty decent bargain, because at that price you're looking at, the world times at that price, you're actually getting into 5146 territory, which is the newer version of the annual calendar. Around that range.
Let's go check what currency I'm in. What currency am I in?
All right,
here?
so while you do that, we do have a few super chats here. So $5 from Robert Padilla. Fortnite said he will give you 36K and travel to the UK for your world time. He can't super chat right now.
How much was he going to give?
He says he'll give you 36K and travel to the UK for your world time. He can't super chat right now.
I think he's talking Aussie.
Yeah. He says Fortnite said he'll give you that. It's a pretty good deal, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know the exchange rate.
That's 26.
And then
even.
it's 26,000 US.
It's not a bad deal, is it? Really? Who's offered
It's the-
this?
It's pretty.
He says
pretty
Fortnite.
close.
So Robert Padilla
pretty
says
close.
Fortnite said he'll give you 36K and travel to UK for your world time.
Tell him
can't
accept it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Fortnite.
He's traveling to
Fortnite.
the UK, but he's
He's paying for it. He's paying for it.
Yes. Okay. So there's a guy in the chat, Archie. Who says his
Yep.
name is Fortnite Clips, Tips, and Tricks. 28K Great British pounds, or just under 36 Aussie is what he'll pay.
I see.
For the,
Is he serious or what?
I mean, it's an offer.
Just tell him to email me and we'll discuss it afterwards. Now let's have a look here. What paddocks do we want to call up here? We're going to call these fuckers up, low to high.
Well, we still got super sachets. We got
Sorry.
Stephen K $2, two Kiwi dollars. Clive would have to be a Steinhardt Rolex homage, and someone else said a redialed Thunderbird. What Clyde would be.
Ooh, redial Thunderbird.
It looks like this Fortnite guy is serious because he said he will email you that offer, and everyone else is saying that's a good offer.
Thunderbird's a bit small. Not sure. Kind of a small watch.
Well, he is losing weight, by the way.
Maybe one day he'll be a Thunderbird. Yeah. He's on his way.
I got to tell you the truth. I was actually trying to convince someone to swap that Vacheron plus a bluesy plus a bit of cash, a fair bit of cash for the world time. But you wouldn't have approved of that, would you, if I had that Vacheron overseas?
No. I mean, it's just there's other watches you can buy for an opportunity cost perspective.
Tell me this: is that Vacheron so much superior, inferior? Is my Breguet so inferior to that Vacheron? Let me ask you that question.
Yes.
Well, the Vacheron is just so soft, though.
Sorry, the Breguet. You know my Breguet Type 20. Is that so superior? How do those two stand in the pecking order? The Vacheron and the Breguet. I know the Breguet is not a column wheel chronograph. The Vacheron is. But how inferior is the Breguet to the Vacheron?
Well, it's definitely inferior from a brand perspective. Vacheron would be considered better than a Breguet.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, if you're actually in the pecking order, Vacheron overseas would definitely be ahead of the Breguet. And it would be ahead of a Gerard Perregay fucking Laureato.
Yes.
Which is also in that range, right? But it's not as good as it's not as good as a Royal Oak, right? It's not as good as the Aquanaut. And these other watches that I think punch above that weight class. So, I mean, is the Breguet? But I personally, if I had the two, I'd probably want the Breguet. I like the Breguet a lot better than the Vacheron. I'm not really a big fan of that. The overseas at all as a
I think the
lineup.
Breguet, aesthetically, I think the Breguet beats it, and it's a better deal.
Wow, this is amazing stuff coming from the doc because he's done his
Okay,
homework.
So you
Give me a
got
sec.
here a couple. You got a couple super chats here. So New York Puncher, $2. Elegant, no date options in the 10K USD range.
Elegant.
No date options in the 10K USD range.
I think you have to go Milkhouse, wouldn't you?
Well, if you're going to go Milgauss, what about a no date sub?
It's too cliche now, Doc.
Now he's saying elegant, guys. So what do you
Elegant.
Well,
think?
that's why
Yeah.
I said if you're going Milgauss, then
You've got to go
consider
sports.
no
Let's
date
face
sub.
it. You've got to go sports.
Well,
And
you don't have to, or you could do something like an Explorer 1.
yeah, the Explorer 1 is an amazing piece. I think that's fucking so versatile. I had one. It's just so versatile. You had one, Tan, didn't you?
Explorer 1, yep.
You've owned those before.
Yeah, Explorer 1's a good choice.
And weren't you able to hold on to it for at least a month before you flipped it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely
That's pretty
hold on.
good.
Yeah. 10K USD. I mean, there's a lot of things right in that range. You got, JLCs, you got Reversos, you got Master Ultra Thins. And if you want to stay from the GLC brand, those are. Let's give them a couple options outside of Rolex, guys. So you got GLC, Master Ultra Thin, Reversos are in that range.
I think the question is, do you want to get something that's just for you and you don't care about resale, you don't care about whether it's going to appreciate or not? There's a whole bunch you can go with, and if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think he said, with the fact that he said elegant, right? I don't think I'm sure no date sub would come to his mind for a no date watch. I think that we could look at other brands for the guy. One that's actually not brought up in this channel a lot. I think if you look at other brands out there, like let's kind of think of ones that we don't talk about a lot, right? Like, we always talk about Rolex, we always talk about Patek, we always talk, and you won't get a Patek in that range anyways for 10 grand. What else for 10 grand do you think Archie could get that's elegant?
Look, I would have to say Reverso.
Actually,
think
that's a good choice.
Yeah, I agree.
Like a tribute to 1931, that'd be a great piece to go for.
And those are selling for really fucking high money right now. They're like mid sevens.
I know.
Those have not.
I always sell these things before the boom.
But that's the
And
thing.
as
That's
long
the
as
one Reverso that's holding is that one, is a tribute.
Yes.
So if you can't,
And
so that would
I
probably be
think
your best
generally,
choice.
if you get a Reverso, and as long as you're not getting it new, you can get your money back on it.
Yeah.
Some of them. It's not that easy to sell.
I got to tell you, the
market's
dealers
not
don't
that big.
discount them much. They don't fucking discount them. It's sort of short supply, but
We got $5 here from Neo. Sell the Patek for cash only, no watch trades. And by the way, there's a couple good comments from the guys in the chat here. So some people said Cartier Tank, some people said Globemaster, Small Calatrava, and FP Journe Elegante. I don't know what the FP Journe Elegante, but
can I ask you what? I was watching one channel which said their dream Grail watches was a 50-56.
50-56 was what we just saw on the screen.
What was that fucking? Okay, sorry. I 50. Oh, I can't fucking remember.
Yeah,
was
see,
50-85.
Bruce, you know the Patek references are complicated when the Pontiff himself is having trouble remembering a watch we just talked about.
That's why I said that's why we need the rule for photographs.
It was the 35 mil. It was a 35 mil one, and it looked like the Neptune. That's just absolutely. That's their entry level complications. The officer's watch version of this.
Wasn't it 50-54?
I think you're right. You're right.
Because we talked about that. I think I asked you that question, which you thought was better.
It's a bit small, 35 mil, but you know what I mean? It's kind of
it's got that complication, right? It's got the
It uses the
power
240
reserve.
movement. The 240
Right,
movement.
right. This
But
is a
aren't
cool
we off
watch. I like-
track? Aren't we off track if we're trying to get one for under 10?
Sorry, that was just a side issue there. Under 10, I think you'd have to go. The other thing is the Master Control series is amazing, bang per buck.
So you got $2 here from Woody New Yorker. AC, what is the total value of your current collection?
How much do I owe? I still owe a bit of money. I still owe some money on the. I owe Scotty 2,250 Aussie. I owe. I still owe for that Hydronaut. I'm still trying to move that fucking thing. Fuck me dead. I got offered $500 this week for it, by the way. There you go. And you know what?
I mean,
Speaking of my videos, I had someone on the line last week after the show. I had someone who actually texted me about it, and I told them who I was. They went and watched my video and said, "Now I'm sorry." I followed him up. Hey, when are you coming? He goes, "I just watched your video. That's why I'm not buying it." That's what he said to me.
I think the clientele you're attracting in the Gumtree group, Gumtree website is not.
Not the
I don't
best.
think it's. Yeah, I don't think it's the best luxury buying group. I guess.
I think there's a chance that it's nearly their year's salary, and they're not going to buy a watch for their year's salary.
Captain Zed makes a good point here too. Says can get a Rolex President 18038 for 9 to 11K. It's not a bad idea either.
Yes, that's a very good idea. You got to watch the stretch on some of those. No?
So I'm talking to Woody New Yorker here. He's saying he thinks you misunderstood his question. He's asking what's the value of your. So if you tallied up all the watches that we see on the videos, what would the value be of the collection?
When you say value, do you want Aussie dollars? Do you want now? I've got this. I've actually got a spreadsheet. Okay.
Yeah, maybe share the value of the spreadsheet.
I don't know if you want to see that. You don't really want to see that? You don't want to see that, do you?
And you update the spreadsheet on a weekly basis to keep track of the values?
Yeah.
And
do you want to see that or not?
Yeah, he's saying USD, please.
Hey guys, I'm back. I have to walk away for a second.
Yeah, so Archie's just about us to show us his famous spreadsheet that nobody's actually ever seen.
Do you want me to go and get it or not? I have to send. I got to go to the other room to send it to this.
Yes.
I'll go and get it. Just give me a minute. Just cover me for a minute, okay?
All right. So the question, Jordan, the question was that like the guy's asking, he super chatted saying, can you give us the total value of your collection?
Okay.
So Archie's like, hey, I got a spreadsheet of it. I've got a spreadsheet of it, but
what's your collection at 10?
I have a pretty compact collection. I have 4 watches right now. So I got the 5035. I've got the Hulk. I've got the Datejust 2. I've got the Moonwatch and and the Explorer 1.
So what's that, about 40 to 50, 45-ish?
Yeah, about that. Probably closer to 50, I'd say, but
yeah. Nice. What do you think, Archie? What's your guess?
Well, world time, say 25 for the world time. I don't even remember what watches this guy has. Like,
how much the world time and
what's your collection?
World time and then add 10,000 maybe. I don't know.
Doc's got he's got 2 4-digit Daytonas. He's got an 861 Speedmaster. It's an 861, right? The Speedmaster you have?
Yeah, it's a transitional, so it's got the applied logo, but it's still an 861.
You've got the Super Ocean Heritage 2 that I've seen.
Yeah, I've got a ridiculously large Super Ocean chronograph.
Yes.
I need to dump that someplace. Let's see, what else do I have? I've got purple sub, purple bluesy, and then I've got a chocolate dial nipple sub and a black dial nipple sub and a G.
I'm forgetting to mention that watch that you always love, but I don't like. Nobody ever knows what it is.
Well, I've got the chronographs that I like. So I've got a Pierre Vaillet, which was a cousin to a Daytona, and it had a prototype dial that the Daytona took one dial, and this Pierre Vaillet took the other dial. But it's kind of like a brand no one really cares about. I've got a BWC, no one really cares about, but it's in mint condition, and it's a dial
Bowser says
chronograph.
you have he says you have the coolest watches. BBW has
Who?
the coolest watch. Bowser in the chat.
Oh, appreciate it. I like vintage that's new old stock. So, some of them that I've gotten off of the well, I know he's gone. Some of them I've gotten off of Clive, new old stock. So the Gloria that I got from him, that's pretty much new old stock. You look at the bezel, it's in perfect condition, like it was put in a safe someplace. New old stock.
And you like to wear those around?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. They're new old stock, but I still wear them. I don't wear them when I know, they might get beaten up. But I do wear them.
Sure.
And actually, the purple bluesy, I feel comfortable wearing that one, even if it might get a little bit damaged, because that's how it got purple. Like, it has a lot of character in it already.
Sure. Nice, man. That's a pretty deep collection.
Bowser says
I'm
Archie is learning how to pirate Excel right now. What the fuck takes this guy so long to get an Excel spreadsheet?
Maybe he had it on a piece of paper and he's putting it into Excel. Or he has someone working for him.
So what was the last watch you got, Doc? What's the latest you've picked up?
Let me think. I think the last one I picked up was the purple bluesy, which I was like, wow, that is so cool.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. I had some technical problems. Hello, guys.
Yeah,
We are here.
Yeah.
Hey, I just had someone texted me and said that hi Arch, I asked a $5 super chat 20 minutes ago was missed regarding watch for a one watch collector.
That's always tough.
I think if you've got a bit of money, I would say a two-tone bluesy would just be absolutely, I reckon that's fucking perfect because it fits all genres, beach to tuxedo, doesn't it? What's that term those guys use? Beach
to tux. Yeah.
Beach to tux.
I have a colleague that wears one of those every day. It really does go with everything.
Purple bluesy? I'm
Now-
sorry, a two-tone bluesy?
Yeah.
Two-tone bluesy. So guys, I'm just going to bring this up now. This is a little bit da-da-da-da. You want to see my spreadsheets? These are in Aussie, but we can work back, okay? Some of this information might be a little bit on the confidential side, but no one's watching anyhow. So do you really want to see the spreadsheet,
Emphasis
guys?
on the con, right?
Sorry?
It's a little joke. Emphasis on the con. Little joke. Just joking.
Let's have a look.
And I tell you, just hang on. Okay, here we go. Just hang on. I'm just bringing a few of these fuckers. Oh, fuck me dead. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's share it. It's like, fuck. What the fuck is this thing? Here we go. I'm sharing the screen now for you guys. Of course, it's just the way we do things here. Here we go. Da-da-da-da! Can you see that, guys?
All right.
Okay, so, fuck, where is that fucking thing's gone now? Where's it gone? So here we go. So we got the, these are the watches this is the entire collection, okay? Including the ladies section, because we like to keep a few in inventory, So there we go.
About the ladies.
Yeah.
The retail replacement on the Milgauss is not 10,450. Oh, is this Aussie? This is Aussie.
Yeah, these are Aussie. So there you go. So that's so if you have a look at this
Seems
list,
a bit high even for Aussie.
what's that? So there's cost, there's what I think it's worth, and then there's retail replacement. So tell me which one you don't agree with, please, Doc. Which one is you think is high?
I'm operating off of an iPhone 5, so
Okay,
I
ask
can't
me.
see shit.
Okay. Tan, what do you think, Tan?
So Aussie dollars is similar to Canadian dollars, I'm assuming. So
Yeah, basically the same.
world time's okay. Retail replacement. 16. Oh, you're talking like the newest model, like the 5230.
Yeah, 5230.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Reverso Grand Date 15,000. You're taking the retail of what that was back then?
Well, the equivalent today.
Is there an equivalent? I don't think there is.
Well, it's a complicated. It's like a calendar, isn't it? Well, don't you think you'd put it at like a calendar, a reverso calendar today?
Yeah, you could. Sure. I don't see anything wrong with this.
So what's the grand total collection value?
Collection value. I tell you what, I think it's worth 91,000 Aussie.
Woo!
That's including the ladies. So the two collections, the men's is worth 82 Aussie. That's what I paid. But what column are you using? What do you think? Well, I suppose that's a bit misleading because that is okay. So let's have a look at this then. So realistically, right? That's what I paid, but that has no bearing on what it's actually worth, does it?
Well, it has some. It gives you the ballpark.
Okay, so why don't we go to the second column, which is what I think they're worth now. Let's have a look at what they're worth now. There we go, Doc. 100,000, 99,000.
Not bad.
What do you think? Do you think any of those prices are wrong? What do you reckon? So we're talking secondhand retail, these prices here.
I think it's very likely, at least in the ballpark. You're in the ballpark of 100, give or take.
But you do realize the sacrifices I've made to do. I still owe money on some of these pieces. I owe Scotty money. I owe money on the Hydronaut. I owe that actually even includes my new Milgauss, by the way. I don't know if you picked that up.
Oh, sure.
I still owe most of that. Okay,
the collection is 100, and
I still owe probably $7,000 or $8,000. Okay.
Well, it just means that.
So that's about 70 US, isn't it? What's that? What's 100 Aussies? About 70 US.
Yeah, it means you have a collection that's worth a healthy 3/4, 75,000. You may not have.
Is that too much? Tell me this.
Live.
Tell me this. Is that too much? Have I got too much money in there? Give me your opinions now, guys.
It's choices. You may not have a. Reliably a place to live.
I may have Beatles, but hey, I got watches.
Yeah, but you got the watches. That's right.
All that matters.
It's all about choices.
Yes.
And, all right, Archie, you need to get back to the super chats here,
Sorry, get back to the super chats. I'll kill this one here. So I'll bring that screen up as well because I've been mucking around here all morning. I've got some other spreadsheets. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Super chats. Keep going. Super chats. We've got Tanzil. Archie, time to call Jin Tingler on the phone live on air and give him dating advice now that he's in Singapore. I will do that. Just give me a couple minutes. I did have one other thing from this guy here.
So NY Punter
with the £5 super chat. He was saying what does he think of the new rose gold two-tone rupiah? Could that be a one watch collection? I don't think you'd
think
want to
it's
wear
nice.
that all the time. I don't think you'd want to wear
Right.
it all the time because it's
I
fucking
think it's
beautiful.
nice, but yeah, it's nice, but it's not for every single day. It's not a 365 watch.
I think a 365 you'd want to get steel or a bluesy. Bluesy's the only two-tone that you could wear every day, I think.
So you got $2 here from New York Punter. Rule of 4: collection should be 4 times annual income.
Ah, yes, you saw my video on that. What did you think of that idea?
So that's what New York Punter says. So he must think it's sound financial advice.
Well, I earn about 20,000 a year.
So Fortnite Clips, Tips, and Tricks says he
just sent me an
emailed you.
offer.
He
Now
said he sent you the offer.
he sent me the offer. He's saying to me £20,000. What do you think, Tan?
What is the conversion of 20,000 pounds?
I'm just working it out now. Going to xe.com as where the gears are turning. I'll just do it now. Whew.
It's a fair offer. It's 26.
It's 26.
26 exactly.
Yeah, 26 exactly. It's a fair offer.
Let's have a look. Just press the button.
Is he going to come pick it up?
36 Aussie.
I think he was saying the Archie would go to the UK. I don't think Archie wants to ship it.
No,
A lot
I
of
can't.
people
Ship,
shut.
I can't ship it.
You can't ship that watch. You can't ship it.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I tell you what then. Including travel, £20,000, including the travel.
See, there you go.
No, that includes. I got to pay for the ticket out of that money.
Oh,
Okay. 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 Well, let's consider it done then. Let's do it then. What I'd need is okay. I'm going to say that now. What deposit would I need?
He says my father's paying for it, by the way, so I'll get him to mail you.
Yep.
No, I would insist that he pay the travel. I think he was originally offering that.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. That was just my personal banker from the Dave Ramsey show just rang me. Okay.
Yeah,
I think.
Are we
Dave
doing a deal on the
Ramsey
show?
was on the
Is that what's
phone.
happening?
Dave Ramsey says, "Take the £20,000, fat boy." That's what he said.
Yeah, so there you
Deal
go.
done. There we go. Okay, that's fantastic. I tell you what, then I'll gladly take that.
Okay, so now can you call the Gin Tingler and also tell him that it's sold? He
Yeah,
should be awake now.
£20,000. So, how much deposit would I need? I reckon I would need. Look,
Full payment.
okay.
Yeah,
What do you
I don't see
think?
why not. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. Because I need to buy the ticket. You know that, don't you?
Well, the show is live on air and it's on YouTube, so he has any kind of physical evidence if you ever
Yeah.
tried to take the money. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll take it then. £20,000. Okay. Deal done. That's a good watch. I don't know what you think. It's kind of.
I think he's getting a good deal. It's been serviced.
It
It's
is.
box and papers.
yeah,
He's getting a good deal.
I think it's a fair deal at 26.
And it's sold to you.
So you got £5 here from Orange Goblinist. Should I sell a rose gold reverso 976, a Milgauss, and a GMT Master 2 Black for a day date?
Oh, say
No.
that again.
So gold reversal 976, Milgauss,
Yes.
and GMT Master 2, the Don Haynes version, for a day date.
No way in the world. He's talking about day date 40, isn't he?
Yeah, probably. And Jordan said it right.
No
too.
way in the world. Why would you do that? I mean, the day date 40 is a fantastic watch. Don't get me wrong. That is an amazing watch. But fuck me dead. Why would you do that?
Well, that's the thing, right? A lot of people are looking at like market value for watches, and they're like, "Well, should I liquidate 3 to get that?" And even though the money might be the same, like you're just losing out in terms of like the quality of those watches. That's why I asked that question about the 5711 or a 5170. you know, a Nautilus or a chronograph Patek. Like, fuck.
The guy who was asking me, he said, you know, that he's saying one watch, right? Sorry, this is what he said. He wants to be a one watch person. It's between an Explorer 1, Daytona White Panda ceramic, a GMT Pepsi, or a root beer two-tone. The problem is, if you're a one watch person, I would go for the fucking Panda, the White Panda, because that's the most desired watch. But how the fuck are you going to get one of those? That's the problem. Without paying massive premiums. I don't know if I'd be paying massive premiums. What do you think, Tan?
Maybe he's heading to India.
Okay. I reckon definitely go for the Panda. If you've got those choices there, I think the Pepsi will soften. Pepsi will soften, even though it's super cool. I would say go for the Panda. That's my advice. Go for the Panda!
I'm a Daytona fan, so I agree.
Wow. So there you go. £20,000 sold. That's it. What do you think of that? Is that sad or not? I feel kind of nervous. It's sold. Tan.
It's a transition.
Like I
You're
said, you got to
making a
read.
transition.
You got to read the super chat, and then the Jedi himself, who you're gonna call, is gonna tell you whether it's a good deal or not.
Okay, so let's have a look. So I'm gonna get back into the super chat. Back into the super chat. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's come through. That's gone through. So where's the super chat? Which one was this? Sorry.
There's one from me, and then there's
Archie. How much for a bag of dead carpet beetles? I actually have a bag of that. You know what I do have for sale, guys?
Nah, it's
You
the
know
one
what?
before that. It's the super
sorry.
chat before that.
Super chat. It's the Canadian £5. Here we go. Archie, time to call Gin Tingler live on air and tell him the world time sold, but also that he needs a world time to pick up a creamy tea in Singers. I will ring him now. Let's ring him now.
I'm sure he'll pick up. It's probably like what 8.
Unless he's right.
It's
Unless
okay.
he's right in the middle of things.
I'll put it on
8:30,
speaker.
he'll be awake.
I'll put it on speaker.
What if he's getting a massage right now?
Mark Goldberg's not there to give him a massage.
Here we go.
Please leave your message for 812.
Yeah, he clicked the phone to voicemail.
We'll try again.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. Sometimes people have it set that if you ring twice, it'll go through the second time.
Yeah. I think he was at the auction last night.
Please leave your message for 81239.
Yep, there we go. Sorry, he could be busy with a delightful Revolution girl or something. He went to the Revolution party. He probably
did.
If you were in the middle of a massage, would you pick up? Would you pick up in
Nope.
the middle of the massage?
I'd just leave it off. Leave it off. Let it ring out.
All right, so the world time is sold. So yesterday,
£20,000.
the world time was not sold, and you were keeping
No.
it. Today, the world time is sold.
Yes.
So the guy who bought it said his father is actually buying the watch.
Yes.
And I guess he recommended to his father that because you kept the watch in pristine condition.
He's just finished high school. He's just finished high school, I think, or college.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, pristine condition. So he wrote even pristine condition. I'm like, I mean, it's been serviced by Patek. Like Patek inspected it. And
Exactly.
Everything's. They don't release it unless it's perfect. So.
Yes. Yes.
The only thing that's ever touched the surface of the watch is AC's lips, and that's it. Nothing's ever touched it. It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was I not supposed to say that?
No, you can say anything you want. You can say anything you want, Doc. I'm just feeling a bit of seller's remorse. Is that okay?
Sure. That's
I'm
healthy. That's what
seller's
you're
got
supposed to
seller's
feel.
remorse. What would I
That's
buy
what
with
you're
the money?
supposed to feel.
Now,
Just-
Tad. Now, what do we've got to spend that money on?
We got to spend the money, right? So you got 26,000 US.
Can I suggest
Do you
not
mind
a
if I get
Patek
some
right
carpet
now?
in the house? Can I spend a bit on the house? Do you
Oh, I
reckon?
thought we were going to buy a watch.
I'm just
Okay.
telling you, Bruce. I'm like, I've seen Archie, and you can remember a time when he had his gold sub, and anybody who sent in a paid review for a Patek, he was super bitter because he didn't have one in his collection. So you got to at
Yes.
least get a 5196. You at least have to have a Patek in the collection. He's got to keep one in the collection.
He's talked about the gold sub so many times. It's time to buy it back. Buy it back, baby.
Buy it back?
Buy it back. Get back in the game.
Get back in the game?
Gold sub, baby. Gold sub's on my short list.
Nah, he
I
won't
don't know
do it.
when I would wear it. I don't know when I'd wear it, but it's on my short list.
You know, I could get a gold sub and a 5196 tan.
There you go.
That's too baller even for Hisham. Come on.
What? What do you mean by that? What's wrong with that?
It's a lot of money on the table for both of those.
The text messages are coming in for Archie right now. People are congratulating them. He sold it. Then you got Brisbane Vintage Watch Co. is pinging him like, "Hey, I got a couple watches for sale. Heard you sold your watch."
They're all coming in. They're all coming in.
Everyone's trying to
that
sell
guy
him
was
watch.
asking, you know, he was going to have a one watch. This is the guy who wanted one watch, right? He said, what about a Aquanaut as a one watch?
You can't get
Ooh.
them.
Nah.
Sorry?
You can't find those.
He reckons he can. He reckons
Even if
this
you
guy.
can, like, it's nah. Aquanaut, just don't get the Aquanaut.
No, I tend to. Look, I reckon get the panda on a bracelet. Fuck it, get the panda on a bracelet. Stop fucking around. Get the panda on a bracelet, and
Absolutely.
So Jamie
get the
Wise,
panda.
Jamie
the
Wine in the
panda.
chat saying 5196 bluesy and pay your buds back. It's not a bad choice.
What do you say?
5196.
Get a what?
Yeah, so 5196 bluesy, and then obviously pay some of the people back that you owe for some of those watches, right?
That's what Dave Ramsey would do.
Dave Ramsey. What about my $10,000 in credit card debt?
Kind of sounds too responsible.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's buy watches. I could almost get a 53940 tan.
Yeah, and like I said, if you sell some of the watches that you're not wearing, yeah, I mean, you can get a 30. The Govberg has a 3940 up for like mid 30s right now. So I'm sure you can negotiate with them to get it down a bit, maybe low 30s.
I could do some
right?
sponsorships for them. Only the best. Govberg.
Yeah, like you could probably get it down to like low 30s.
I haven't got my Tim Musso autograph yet either, guys.
Yeah, I should find out where that is.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm going to frame that on the wall. Holy shit. I don't know what to say. I've just sold it. I've got to tell you the truth. I've got a little bit of buyer's. Seller's remorse has kicked in. I did love that watch, you know.
Remember,
But
it's not
let's be
the
honest.
only watch. It's not the only watch you've ever loved and sold.
No. What do you think of the 5111? You don't like the 5111, guys?
Don't get the gondola.
Why?
$2 from New York punter. Careful, Arch. Fortnite is a half Taswegian.
I think look, the truth is if it's sold, it's sold. So I would be looking at I'm actually picking the watch up from the service center in a couple weeks time, and I could bring it to the UK. There's no problems. We can do this. Okay, we can do this.
So some people are saying Calatrava and a Submariner. I think the consensus is that people are, a couple other people are saying, pay your credit cards and get a 5196. So at least the consensus is you should have at least one Patek in the collection. You can't be Patekless.
You have to have a Patek. Life is not complete. It's not worth living without a Patek. I remember making those videos where I was so angry. I was so angry. Yes?
Gold sub is a little expensive, right?
Get a bluesy.
A bluesy is cheap right now.
Well,
a bluesy is bang for buck.
So Bear Clooney's messaging me saying, tell Arch to get the white gold Calatrava he had. He says that's good enough. 5107.
They're not so cheap. The only problem with 5107.
I say a bluesy is good enough. That's what I say. You just said it yourself, not 15 minutes ago. You said that could be a one watch right there, a bluesy.
I tell you the
Your
truth.
words.
Fuck the credit cards. They're always going to be there. Okay, they'll wait. Okay, you only get a chance to buy a couple of dream watches once or twice in your life. Fuck it. I want to get I'm either going to go for a 5196 plus, or if I don't get a 5196, I'm going to get a 5111. And I want to get a bluesy. I got a friend who's selling a bluesy at the moment. It's a V serial number, last of the last. What do you reckon, guys?
There you go.
Very complicated paddock there. You got to keep a complication. I don't think the 5196. You already had that. You got to get the annual calendar.
I had an annual calendar too before.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah,
you've already had a Patek, for that matter. You don't have to have a Patek because
I do.
So
you've
just
had
an
one.
FYI, Archie. Captain Zed says there is no deal, and take my offer for my 5035, a brand new Speedmaster Moonwatch, and a couple of grand US. So just laying it out there.
I think I need the money. I need some money to come my way. That's what I need.
Would you get a gold GMT green face?
That's a cool watch. It's a very cool watch. Hey, so we've got some super chats. Rich Buddy, if you have no Patek at all, I can't watch the show. That's right. You got to have a Patek, don't you? You got to have Patek, don't you? Look, I was miserable when I didn't have a Patek.
Yeah, so if at the very least get a Calatrava 5196.
I reckon the thing is, let's be honest there. Let's fuck the carpet. We're not going to do the carpet. We're not going to pay debt off. Okay, fuck that Ramsey bullshit. He's a communist, you know. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get some sort of Patek. Okay, whatever, bang per buck, because I'm a bang per buck value shopper. I want some sort of Patek. Okay, I want a
bang per buck,
two-tone bluesy, and I want to fix my friends up.
Good.
There you go. 5196 bluesy and fix the friends up. I think that's
maybe even a 5111 if they're cheaper.
I
you
just
reckon the 5111 is that bad?
I think that'll be very hard to get out of. 5196.
Really? You could go cheap on a Patek and get a 31 mil, like a certain other channel guy.
No. We don't want to do that. There's no point doing that. That's just stupid. So you reckon the 5196 would be the better way to go? Or should I get a Lange 1 instead of that?
Nah, Lange 1's just as bad to fucking sell.
You reckon?
Yeah, like David SW, who's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, gray market dealer.
Yeah.
Fucking had a Lange 1 up there for like 6-7 months. You know, if he can't sell one, like you're not selling one.
Okay.
And this was a pretty good price. I think it was like 17,000 US or something. It was good.
I see.
That's the thing about Lange is everybody can appreciate a Lange and like the finishing and like the brand and what they're doing. Nobody wants to own one because it's like a fucking Range Rover. You know, everyone likes a Range Rover, but nobody ever wants to fucking have that service bill on a Range Rover.
Well, Rich Buddy wants to sell me his one for 15,000.
Yeah.
Is it a good price or not?
It's a rose gold. That is a good price.
I'm not beggars can't be choosers. I don't care. That's fine.
That is a good price. And in A Gates in the chat has a beautiful 5196 platinum that Bruce and I have actually seen in person.
Yes, that is perfect. I'm not a big Patek fan, but I'll take that one.
Wow.
But yeah, 14.9 is a good price. Like if it's obviously if it's a newer model and it's in pristine condition, 14.9 is a good price.
Okay, I think that's the thing. Is my other friend was trying to tell me to get a Daytona. If I ever sold the world time, get a Daytona and a Bluesy. But I can't be without a paddock. I got to have a paddock. Otherwise, Tan, me and you got nothing to talk about, Tan. If I
Yeah.
don't
So
have a paddock.
Rich Buddy says it's a December 2017 watch, so it's basically fucking brand new.
Fuck, I'll take it. No problems. As long as this deal happens. So,
You go
Fortnite. I got to tell you the truth there.
You just
Yeah.
jinxed it, by the way.
Why's
You weren't
that?
supposed to say if this deal happens. That's okay.
Well, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's quite okay. But I'm serious. If it happens, I think that's a fair deal for everyone concerned because it is a beautiful paddock. The world time is amazing. That's an amazing complication. A younger guy that'll be perfect in the UK for. And
I think it's win-win-win. It's win-win-win all
It is.
around the table.
It's sad to see it go. It is sad to see it go.
I think you need to move on to the next chapter and the next Patek.
Yeah, but Tan, you really think the 5111 is that doggy or not?
I think it'd be very difficult to find a buyer.
Is it that bad?
I think you should sleep on it and come back and revisit it.
No, I know.
another
Well,
week.
that rose gold would be absolutely perfect. That's a dream watch. I'd love to get that. If we can, I don't know
Yeah,
how we're going to tee that up. It's a bit hard because I'm in Australia.
It's not as bad as a golden ellipse is, but it's pretty.
Gondolas are golden ellipses.
Gondolas are not. They're not very popular. I can appreciate gondolas and I like them. I just don't think that easy to get rid of. I mean, you have to find out. You probably the buyer you're going to look for is either somebody who wants a paddock on the cheap or somebody who's got a big collection and just wants a gondola in the collection. But even then, they'd probably have bought it from the AD. Like I said, that market would be very small.
Yeah.
For the 26,000, you could get your 5196 into Batman. Do that.
Now, and I get the whole 5196, and don't get me wrong, but I don't think Archie's gonna like a guy with an annual calendar on his show, a complication on his show when he does not have a complication. So I'm saying he needs to go a step up to grand complication because there'll be nobody around outside of maybe Ben Clymer, I think, because Jake Ehrlich I don't think has one anymore, the 3940. And actually, Archie, it's interesting on Facebook. I think in Horology Talk in Bear Clooney's group, there's a guy who was asking a question: should I trade my annual calendar? He has, I think, a 5396 for a 3940, and I said, do it all day long.
He's got a what? Sorry, he's got a
5396. 50 the annual count.
5396. That's a dream watch. He wants to swap it for what?
For a 3940.
What are the price points
No,
on
don't do that. Don't do that. It's a much smaller watch.
Well, he says from a size perspective, the 36 mil is perfect for him.
Oh, go for it then. Pull the trigger.
Well, that's what I said. I said, look, like if you don't mind the smaller size, and I said to him, I said, if you do mind the smaller size, put a few more bucks in and get a 5140.
Yeah.
Or, I think what's the new one? A 5327. I think that's the 39 mil one.
Yeah.
The new perpetual, but if you don't mind the size, get a 3940. It's a perpetual calendar.
What's the current pricing on a 3940?
35 to 40.
Yeah. Probably get a mid-30s.
Guys, I'm just going to take a quick... What's wrong?
You're going to be in more debt.
I'm just going to the toilet for 1 minute. I've drinking that beer. I need to go to the toilet. Just hang on there, guys.
Yeah, like personally, I like the 5196, and yeah, like he's always wanted one, so it's probably, and the deal he's getting from Rich Buddy is pretty good. But I think if he has the opportunity, and again, I don't think he will do this because I don't think he wants to sell any of these other pieces like the Monaco and these other shitters that he has. But if that was me, I would get rid of all those and go up. I'd go to try to get a perpetual calendar, maybe a chronograph, maybe a 5170, or if I could.
I think that you're in a different position than he is. I think he needs.
Not necessarily.
Well, what I mean is,
think about it. He's holding money in the Monaco. He's holding money in the submersible. He's holding money in the El Primero. Right.
Those are all.
He's holding money.
He's holding a lot more money in the world time, and if he gets another expensive Patek, he'll be holding a lot more money in the Patek, and then when he
But what I'm
when he's
getting
in a
at is,
jam.
let's assume
You know,
nothing
you're
changes. Let's assume nothing changes, Bruce, and he's still, you know, let's just assume he doesn't have to pay anything off, right? And that same amount of money that he has in these watches, you know, what I'm saying is consolidate them, right? Consolidate the
I-
5 that are kind of shit into 20, call it 20 grand, right? Puts them into $46,000 US. I mean, you're in the low end of a 5170 yellow gold chronograph. You're into 5140 perpetual calendar Patek. I mean, you're into some serious fucking money. Or you could just get a 3940 perpetual calendar and get a bluesy, right?
but
Like
see,
that's
here's the
much.
thing. You know, he's in a situation realistically. It's more likely he's going to need to sell at some point in his life, and he'll be in a jam trying to sell a $30,000, $40,000 watch, especially when he goes to the Gumtree to try to do it.
I think when you get into, I think the world time is a bit like the world time, the annuals, you know, they're from a Patek collector perspective, you know, they're not as liked as much, you know, as you know, think of the in between. You got a basic, when you think of Patek collectors, they look at the basic level, which is like a Nautilus, right? And the only one they want is the fucking Nautilus, maybe the Aquanaut.
True.
Not a lot of them want the Calatrava, right? So then a lot of them don't buy annual calendars, don't buy world times. A lot of them go straight to grand complication. They buy the 51, they buy the chronograph, you know, which is not a grand complication, it's just a complication, or they buy the perpetual calendar, right? So that in between area that he's in, I think is where he's struggling to find a buyer. He's struggling to find people who want to buy in those ranges. Whereas from my perspective, for example, I think an annual calendar is a perfect value for money. You know, and I would buy it because I think it's cool at that price range, right? Would I love a perpetual calendar at 18 grand US? Absolutely. But, you know, unless I want to make serious, you know, like serious consolidation on my collection, like I would have to stick with the annual.
Well, sir, I
mean,
think
unless you
he's just
believe he should be keeping those 5, you know, like let's count them, right? The El Primero, the Cheater Black Bay Red, the okay. So Archie, we're counting what you should do.
Yeah.
You know, so Bruce and I are kind of debating here. So let's assume you got 26,000 US with
Yes.
the world time. So what I'm saying is you should liquidate the Pam, the El Primero, the Cheater Black Bay, the Tag Heuer Monaco, and the Engineer. So those 5 watches, and let's assume at the low end you get 20 grand for them. Probably a little bit more, but let's say 20 grand. Now you have 46 grand. Okay, so I'm saying you could do with 46 grand, you can get a 3940 plus maybe a bluesy, right? You could get a 5140, or fuck, you could even get a 5170 J at that high 40s range, like the 46 to 47K range. But you have a real statement piece, and you still have your reversal, you still have your Breguet, you still have your Speedy, you still have your Explorer 2, you still have the iconic watches, but now you got a real fucking heavy hitter, or a few.
I see. Got you. I see what you're saying.
I agree. You got to consolidate much.
or you still consolidate. You buy something a little lesser in terms of a Patek, and you have money in your pocket to take care of other things. Oh, did I lose you?
I just trying to think about it. I'm deep in thought there. This is fuck it. I tell you what, let's just spend it all on watches. Okay, let's be honest. Hey, fuck the sensible choice in life. Sometimes you just got to take the feel good option. Do you understand?
I was surprised when you weren't going to spend it on watches.
Yeah, fuck it. That's just bullshit. That's communist talk. $5 super chat from Tanzil. Archie, if you sell the world time, name the YouTube watch gurus that have a Patek complication or grand complication that are left. Well, Jake Earlrich from Jake's Rolex blog, he sold his
But he's not left,
3940.
right? I'm talking about the people that have them left now. Who are you? You were the one with the complication. Who's left now?
Ben Clymer's there.
Ben Clymer, okay.
Tanzeel's there.
Okay.
AGV has got his. Is that a complication?
It's not a paddock complication.
Not a paddock. Not a paddock. Good point. Who else is there?
The list is short.
That's my point, right? Is I think a lot of these other guys that are around, dude, I mean, they got Rolexes and they don't have that aspirational piece, right? And that's what I'm thinking is that's why I'm saying the case of, yes, 5196. I love the watch, and Rich Buddy's got a great example. He actually said he follows you on Instagram, so if you want to see the watch, just find him on Instagram because he's one of your followers. But I'm also saying maybe look at the 3940 as well. Like just look one step up and look one step down, and then kind of make your decision like that.
I got to be honest with
Keep
you.
in mind-
Kelsowitz, $2. Grand Seiko Spring Drive or JLC Geophysics. They're both dogs in the range. They're both unsellable. What do you think, Tan?
If it was between those two,
I'd go for the JLC,
yeah,
but
that's what I would do as well.
it'd still be a hard fucking sell. Man, get a fucking Rolex!
No, I think Jordan's question is more about like which would you prefer, right? And I would much prefer the Geophysic True Seconds to
I don't really like that True Seconds function. That's like the Rolex used to call it the True Beat, which it's like a automatic watch that's like a quartz. I mean, what's the fucking party trick? That didn't work. No one. I just don't get it. Okay.
It's
Where's
a hard
that
complication to make.
Jordan?
So we're hitting like record levels of actual viewers of, you know, since the World Time's been sold. We were hovering around the 100 to 110. Now it's like around the 150 viewers.
Yeah.
So you need to feed the viewers here, you know, the whole drama of this World
Can
Time.
we go
Now
back
the
in
World Time's
time?
sold.
Do you mind if we go back in time?
I mean, the World Time's sold, right? So what are you going to buy? That's what the world wants to know.
No. I was going to show you my spreadsheet from a couple years ago. Do you want to see that?
Sure.
What do you reckon? Is that any? We'll just compare the collections to today. What do you reckon? And just have a look. I'm just calling it up.
John Galt, $2. Sell the paddock and buy Regal Nova Truck tires.
Aha! That could be a good way to go. Here we go. You want to see the collection from not so long ago? You want to go back in a time machine? Let's go back in a time machine. Here we go, Tan. Here we go. Da-da-da-da! What do you think?
5107.
This is the
these
Archie 5!
So this is when Aussie dollars and US dollars were the same, or equivalent.
Yeah, that's right. This is 2013. April 2013.
So
That
you
was your
bought your...
Best collection.
I agree 100%.
Sorry? What did he say? Nice collection. Is that what he said?
He said it was the best collection.
This has been your best, you know, moment in watch collecting.
I think I had too much in ladies' watches at the time, but that's
And
okay.
Rich Buddy says you would be the king of YouTube if you had a 5712.
I can't do that. The Nautilus, I got to be honest with you. If you want to have a paddock, I want a precious gold paddock. I don't really like steel for a paddock. A paddock it's always been a precious metal thing. 5712, I can't afford that. Fuck.
Well, why not a 5196 and a 153 or 400?
That's a very good choice.
That's pretty good.
I am angry at AP, but you do realize that.
Find a 15300 that was serviced or 15400.
Okay,
right.
Fair enough. That was the collection there. What do you think there? See, look at that. The 5035. That was pretty good buying.
What did you end up selling it for?
25 Aussie.
So 25 US at the time, I'm assuming. Price was similar.
No, it dipped. That's why it was so much, because the Aussie was weak.
And you sold that one locally, I think you said.
I sold it in Australia. Yeah.
I mean, the 5107 you got for a good price. You said you sold that for.
Well, I
around
had it for
17
so
or
long.
something.
I had it. No, it's not that it was a good price. Everyone said I overpaid. I paid 12.5 US for it, but that was in 09. Everyone said I overpaid on it.
Yeah.
Dealers were saying, "Oh, you paid a bit much there."
So yeah, I mean, the group, the people in the comments want to know what you're gonna do. They want to know where you're gonna go with this, or a couple of options of what you're gonna do with it with the 26,000.
I think, to be honest with you, the sensible. I'm going to do the sensible thing. Okay, buy more watches.
But which watches? Give us some options. What are you thinking? So you got 5196 and the blues. That's
Okay,
one
let's
option.
just
What else
dump
could
the
you do?
screen. Let's just dump that screen. Let's just get. Oh shit! You didn't even see that screen. The viewers didn't even see that screen. Fuck. What's going on there? Oh, okay, that's okay. You did see the screen. I got to be honest with you guys. I tell you where I'm really fucking. Let me just run this baby out if you don't mind. I want to run this baby out. Can you see this now? You see that okay?
And for a lot of the viewers,
Fuck. Why is it cascaded like that? Why the fuck is it cascaded like that?
I don't know. But a lot of the viewers that are just joining us, Archie did sell the 5110. Pending,
Sold
obviously.
He
Pending
sold to
the
protect world time.
20,000 Great British pounds.
Pending payment. Pending payment.
Pending payment. Let's have a look here. I'll tell you what. Can we just get this out of my system? Can I please get this out of my system? Can I please just get it out of my system? 5111.
Oh, fuck. You
Now,
can't,
please.
you can't let this go, can you? Jesus.
I
Arch,
fuck it.
are you still accepting higher offers on the 5110, or is it a closed deal?
Well, I'll accept anything. Expressions of interest in case it falls over, but it's technically I don't want to. It's not a Dutch auction.
So BBW, Roger Chavez asks if you get an employee discount for buying Rolex at Costco.
You know what? You do.
Look at this, 10,000. I can get one for 10,000.
I know of one person who got a job at Costco specifically for the discount. You betcha, on a Rolex sub.
What do you think of that, Tan?
I'm not lying.
I just don't like the design of this watch. I think it looks dated.
Okay. Look, here we go. There's one in France. Okay, the French. You like the frogs? They can't be too bad. Look at this, $12,000. What's wrong with that?
I mean, the watch just looks dated. You know, it really does.
I don't know why it's got that box. Oh no, it did come in that box. It did come in that the coffin box. What do you think? What do you think?
No.
What do you think?
No. I mean, for that, if I was going to spend around that 12,000 mark, I'd put a little bit more money and get, what is it, 5119? I think that is the hobnail bezel.
I think you're rushing into it for the sake of the protect.
Okay.
What's the price on a 5119?
I don't like that model.
What's the price on it though? Like how low can you get?
5119. I don't like the lugs on it, but let's just call it up. We'll just call it up. There we go.
Ooh, that's pricey.
I don't. But this is.
You can get them in 13. You can get them low. Yeah, you can get them 13s.
I don't really like this model. That doesn't really do anything for me. I want the 519. If I was going to go that way, I'd go 5196.
Put R. So the rose gold one. I think that's the one Rich Buddy has for sale. Now again, his is new. His is probably still under warranty. So I think that's a good way to go. And 14.9 is a good price. Robert Padilla, $2. Fortnite flaked. He took back the offer.
What? What the fuck?
Already?
I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not, but that's just a super chat.
That's got to be a joke. This is just too soon.
Hey, it benefits me because I told them my offer still stands. So
I've asked him for his phone number. We'll see what happens. Okay. Jesus Christ, it's interesting. It's interesting. What do you think of this? This gorgeous 5196 could be the way to go. I'm actually. Can I make a confession to you, Tan?
Yes.
I really do think I should limit. I want to reduce some of my numbers in the collection, even if I don't sell the world time. Say it doesn't happen, right? Just hypothetically, right? What about if I get rid of the fucking Ingy, the Pam, the Zenith, the Hoya, the Black Bay, and that fucking Hydronaut? I could get something really decent, don't you think?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying for fucking months. NI addictive guy, 5 pounds. Rolex are for sheep. Basic movements, basic looks, boring. Get a JLC or something else.
Yeah, but Rolex holds the nothing sells like Rolex is fucking. You got to understand, it's more than the sum of the parts. Rolex
Money in the bank, baby.
money, and the other thing too with Rolex. I mean, you can hate Rolex all you like, but the reality is, fuckers. The reality is, I can tell you what the reality is. The reality is, fuckers, that
Rolex Paddock.
that's it. Rolex and Patek, and you can't go
You can't
wrong.
really.
You know what? This is an interesting one from Forbin Colossus. Buy a FP Jorm. Fucker is dying. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
FP Jorm Chronomet Bleu.
$100
Fuck! I just got an email in.
Yes.
Fuck!
What?
Fuck!
What?
Fuck!
Hey, pal.
Listen to this. Fucking jerks, okay? Fucking jerk! You fucking piece of shit! Let me just read this to you, okay? I'm really sorry. I can't do it. Instantly regretted it. Sorry to waste your time. Well, fuck off, you jerk! What a fucking cunt.
You can still get a 5035, a Speedmaster, which you can flick. And
Fuck off! You lousy shit! What a fucking cunt.
That was fast.
How could that fucking happen there? What the fuck's happening there, man? What the fuck? He's a kid. He's just done his GCSEs. Well, maybe you fucking should stop sucking on the teat that is your parents, you lousy fucking cunt. You lousy piece of shit. I gotta make a rule here. No one under 15 can qualify for this watch. Can we put a few age limits? Because we're getting fucking 15-year-olds trying to buy Pateks. He's the same sort of cunt who rings up the Bentley dealer. I'd like a flying spur. Daddy wants to buy it for me. What is this fucking... Who are you going to ring up tomorrow, you lousy fucking shit? 15-year-olds with daddy's money. Get a fucking job, you lousy piece of shit. No one fucking gave me a Patek. And they're dishonest. He's a lousy Russian cunt. I can tell you this now. Let me just tell you something. This lousy cunt, he didn't even pass his GCSEs. He's bribed every fucking cunt. Only reason he did well in his GCSEs because his fucking father threatened to kill the fucking testing officer. I know how these Russians work.
I'd pass him.
Fucking dishonest cunts they are. They bought up all of Chelsea and they think they can fuck off. No one under 16 can buy my Patek. Can we make that a rule, Tan?
Well, then Jin wouldn't qualify, so...
Jen doesn't have the money.
Fuck! What
was his
a
message?
letdown.
Was he getting buyer's remorse? What was it?
Sounds like he didn't have the funds.
Daddy didn't have the funds. He never had the funds. It's daddy's. These guys are full of shit. You know that? They're just full of... They're fluff. Bubble and squeak is what they're called. They look like real food, but it's all leftovers. What a fucking lousy cunt. That's all I can say. What a fucking lousy piece of shit.
I hope he hasn't super chatted you a lot.
Fucking lousy. I got banned on the forums yesterday too, by the way. Fat Tan.
Which forums? I thought you were already banned
This
from
is
a lot
on
of
the Facebook, the Australian Watch, Buy, Sell, Trade, and they're just a bunch of cunts. That's what they are. Lousy fuckers they are.
Well,
They
you know,
banned me.
there's a lot of places you could post for sale, right? There's watches for sale, watches/trades for sale. There's a lot of other places you can go.
Gumtree.
I would not go to Gumtree. Hey, I gave you a serious offer, so
Why not post it somewhere that ends up on Watch Recon?
he's banned from most of those forums.
Oh, that's right.
They got no fucking sense of humor. No fucking sense of humor.
So I mean, the punches here want to kind of feel so. Roger Chavez, Fat Rico would make an offer on the 5110 because he said Archie's model is the dog of the world time range.
That's exactly.
Barry Clooney says to stick with the Canadians, is what he's saying.
The problem is, look, I got to tell you the truth. There's nothing wrong with the 5035 you've got. That is Goldberg is a top-notch dealer. Let's not fucking avoid the issue. I probably want to get a bit more money out of it. Like I'm not saying anything wrong with the deal you've offered, but I want to get. Why do you want a world time? I didn't know you. What the fuck? I don't understand. Is it that good? A world time is that superior to an annual calendar? Your annual calendar is fucking pops.
I mean, I like the world time. Like,
But is it that much better?
I just like the world time. I think it's a good watch. I think the 5110 is the right, I think that was the right proportions for the watch. I think that version of the watch is the most aesthetically pleasing. Like, I wouldn't buy a 5230. I would not buy a 5130. So if I was to get a world time, it would be the 5110. So yeah, I just like the watch. That's why I said, you know what, like I'll give you a fair offer. Like the Speedmaster that I have, you could flick that very easily.
Yes.
That would be no problems for you to sell that.
Yes.
And a couple grand cash. So it's really you having the annual calendar again. Now you'll have it in a white gold, you'll have it in a slate gray dial, box
It's
papers.
a fucking cool watch. That's a very, very cool watch.
New paddock
A lot
strap.
of people.
Cool.
I think a lot of people would go world time because it is more exclusive in terms of the club.
I got to be honest with you. I'm sick of these prick teasers. Have you heard that term before? A dating term. Will you bring a dating term in? Prick teasing, right? I just came all over the carpet now. How do I clean that up? It's just fucking, these people here are just full of shit. You know that? Time wasters. This is what the forums are like. This is how it is there. That's okay. Look, it doesn't matter. All jokes aside, it doesn't really matter, okay?
So a lot of people in the comments are basically destroying this Fortnite person who gave this pretty shit offer.
Well,
this
Fortnite thing might have been a prank all along.
Well, I got to be honest.
The best thing is, Bruce, is I don't know if you saw it in our WhatsApp group earlier today, where Archie was on Facebook and someone wrote, and you very rarely see Archie comment on a post, but he commented on a post on Horology Talk this morning. Someone was asking best watch under $300 or something, and Archie's like, you can't get a good watch unless it's $2,500, and then right underneath that comment, Tudor Hydronaut.
So Arch, if the deal was to add 3,000 instead of 2,000 from Tam, would you throw in the Tudor, the Hydronaut? Would you take that, Tam? Make it 3,000, and he throws in the Hydronaut with.
Sure, if he wants to throw in the Hydronaut, I'll throw in 3,000. Sure, no problem.
The Hydronaut's worth more than $1,000. You got to realize that.
But it's a combo meal deal.
Yeah, all I would use the Hydronaut for, guys, by the way, is so Mark Goldberg has a promotion going on his channel where he will shoot any watch and destroy it like live on air or on his show. So I would send him the Hydronaut and have him take a Glock to it and shoot it.
Such a cool watch, bud.
Well, he never said he was going to shoot it with a gun. Just so you know.
What is he gonna use? A fucking bow and arrow? Like crossbow? What is he gonna use? 5 pounds, NI addictive guy. I am wearing a Breitling Avenger 2 GMT, and my question is simple. I love my Breitling. Does it make more manly, or does my Mercedes?
Mercedes.
I don't think cars do anything now. You know that?
I was going to say it's kind of
Dave
like
Ramsey.
saying, does this?
Dave Ramsey wouldn't approve. You know that? It's a fleece. It's a fleece, Jordan.
Most likely,
like-
yeah, you're right.
It's a
It's sort of like-
fleece.
Sort of like saying, does this make me look cool?
You got $2 from Woody New Yorker. Could be a prank by Clyde Anderson again. I don't know. The Clivers.
Yeah.
If the Clivers was making a prank, you know,
He would have let it go a little longer than this.
or he would have appeared on air and done it. Like I don't think he would have done a prank on like a troll account like that. He's a lot more. He's a lot more calculated than that.
By the way, on the leases, they say newer BMWs and Mercedes, 67% are leased. So when you see someone, it's usually the case.
67% are leased. Is yours leased, Tan?
No, I own my M4.
You own it outright.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, they say leasing is the most expensive way to operate.
Exactly.
Well, like unless you have a business that you're writing it off, like the payments on an M4, if you were to just finance it versus lease it, would be higher because they charge a really high interest rate. Those companies, whether it's a Porsche or BMW or whatever, and those types of cars. So.
And my tax person said that you're still better off buying it anyway.
Yes, that's 100% right. You're right, Doc. You're better off to buy it outright. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I'm just being a bit of a downer after that. I think, what do you think? Let me ask you this, Tan, to wrap up. We'll wrap this show up very soon. Tan, £20,000, was that the money? Do you reckon that is the money or not? What do you honestly think? Seriously. Considering it's just come back, 2 boxes, 1 sticky box, 1 good box.
Yeah, I think it's fair. 26,000 US, I think is fair. I think between that and 27, if you get an offer between that range, I'd say do it. No, there's no reason you shouldn't. And to be honest, anybody who's buying it at that price is getting a really good deal. If you want a world time, if you want, that these 90s and 2000s paddocks, like they haven't hit vintage. They haven't really been considered vintage yet. So you're getting them at a pretty good discount. Right now, they're gonna
5134. They're not much more, are they?
Yeah, they're around that price range. Interestingly enough, the 5230 you can buy for about 30 grand.
Yes,
that's the thing, right?
I think it's a good deal because you have to remind people it's box papers and it has the buckle.
Yeah,
there's a lot of heads out there, and not the kind you like.
The real, if you wanted to get the real serious one, you get the 5131. I think it's the enamel dial.
Oh, that's ridiculous money, but
yeah, like that's next level. But you could get a 5230 for 30 grand. That's the thing, right? Is the 5110 is maintaining a good price compared to the 5130, 5230s. But you can get it at a pretty good discount right now.
I think the problem with the 5230 is they fucking changed the case so much.
Yeah, from 39 mil, 39.5 to 38.5 to, and Brian Govberg, Tim Oswald, they all said it, right? 37 mil case on Paddock. Paddock got it right at 37 mils. They're kind of appeasing the market from. And honestly,
I just got an email back. I just got an email back from our young Russian. Here we go. Listen to this. I didn't even know the cunt was Russian. You know that? I didn't even know. I just was flying off, half cocked. You want me to read this to you?
Sure.
I'm not doing this to spite you. After that racist tirade against Russians, right? Which, by the way, you stupid, lousy fuck! I'm Ukrainian, okay, you lousy cunt. I've realized you're a bit of a dick. It's buyer's remorse. Your seller's remorse made it feel all wrong. subscribing to the Urban Gentry channel.
That says everything right there.
Maybe you should make sure Daddy has the money before you open your fucking lousy Russian mouth.
If
Don't go looking for a Bentley when you can't even afford a Lada, sunshine.
If he's subscribing to STD, it means that his father can't afford the watch either.
Why doesn't he get a great watch for him? I would recommend Frederick Constant. Frederick Constant, what do you think? That'd be a great model. They make a great world time. Grab it with both hands.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was Russian. You know that? There you go. I got that one right.
That's kind of scary.
They come over and they think they can just buy their way to everything. That's exactly right. That's what Putin said.
Well, it doesn't even make sense. Like, you get seller's remorse, and that's what makes him back out. Well, no. If you got seller's remorse, that means you actually love the watch.
I do love the watch.
So that doesn't really make sense to me, and why that would cause someone to back out if he was serious.
That's why I say it's all BS. As soon as he said he's going to STD, it means he can't even afford this thing.
Exactly it. So that's the end of that. That's
and never could afford it.
No. I got to tell you, it's look. I got to be honest with you. In some ways, I'm relieved the sale's not happening.
Whoa, let's slow down. My offer's still on the table, and Jordan's telling you it's a good offer.
Yeah, go for it. I would do it.
It's too hard because I'm in Australia. You're in Canada. I don't want to fucking go to Canada.
Well, I
need to get shots. I need to get shots. Ugh.
Meet me in Hong Kong. We'll do it in
Ving's
Hong
in
Kong.
Singapore, right? Ving's in Singapore. He can drop by.
Ving, yeah. Or I'll go to Hong Kong. Meet me in Hong Kong. No problem.
I've had too many letdowns today. You know that? I don't know why it's hard to sell. Why is it hard watch to sell? Can I ask you that, Tan? Why the fuck is it so hard to sell?
Because there's so few people buying in that range, right? You know, people have that much in their collection, but there's so few that want to put that much into a watch.
There's so few that can afford to put that much into a single watch.
Mm-hmm.
I just got lucky and picked that watch and it went through the roof. That's all that happened.
But think about it. If you're talking about the mid to high 20s range, you got 5146 annual calendar that's in that range. You've got the 5035 platinum, which is in that range. You've got the 5196 platinum that's in that range. You've got so many, like Chronomet Bleu, fucking AP Royal Low. You got the 15202 is close to that range. You got a lot of like really good watches that are very, well sought after in that range. So, someone's got to be looking for a world time, which
and a dress watch. It's a dying genre, really, isn't it? Like it's as much as we love that genre, it's not as people think they want sports watches now, don't they?
Yeah,
I think that it's yes, people do want sport watches, but I think that the problem is also that the term dress watch is being typecast on these watches with leather straps, when the reality is that in this day and age, people can wear those with a polo and jeans, no problem. And no one would look twice at you for doing that.
Yes.
And on the flip side, people can wear fucking, Submariners with tuxedos and no one's going to say anything to anybody doing that.
Damn
So
straight.
It's not that sports watches are more versatile in that sense of wearing clothing. It's people don't see or typecasting these watches as quote unquote dress watches when they're just watches on leather straps. That's all they are.
Is he in the toilet?
Oh, sorry.
Are you in the toilet, Doc?
No, I'm
cleaning off
washing
a dead
my
body.
hands.
He's cleaning off a dead body.
Just flush. You can flush now, Doc. Doc, just flush. It's okay. Don't worry about it, Doc. Just flush. It's okay. Just flush.
Hey,
All right, so Archie, you're peaked here at 160 viewers now. Like, we're still on peak time, and everyone's kind of wondering what you're going to do now.
Okay, I just got another email in from this guy.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I
can't stop. He goes, here we go. Oh, there, now he's having a go at me. Listen to this. This is this Russian. Okay, can I read you this?
Sure.
Okay. So this is what he says to me. I tried to be nice because you're a nice guy, but fuck you, seriously. Now listen to this. My Swiss boarding school costs more than you earn.
Oh.
Am I not allowed to change my mind? Well, when you pretend you're buying something, one would imagine you do have the money, but it's really daddy's money. And the reality is, once a dishonest Russian cunt, it doesn't matter how much fucking fancy wancy Swiss boarding school you go to, you're still a lousy fucking Russian cunt.
Here's the deal, too. A lot of people, when they go to school like that,
you can take the Ruski out of the shithole, but you can't take the shithole out of the Ruski.
but here's the deal. A lot of people, when they go to school like that, now they're in debt. It's not a good thing. Now they're in debt. Less likely he can get this watch.
He changed his mind. That's okay. I wouldn't want an asshole like you to have it.
I think reality changed his mind.
Arch, what would it cost the viewers to have you have another beer?
I think I need another beer. You know that? It's been a very fucking hard day.
What's the going rate?
$10 for a beer. That's what it is now.
All right, guys. Go on.
Super chats are still coming in, Archie. So you gotta keep up with these.
Super chats. Super chats are coming in. Thank God. I need something to come in because I've been let down by these Russian fucking liars. I just, can you believe it would come to this, Tan, or not?
Yeah, I think it's a dick move for sure to put an offer.
Maybe. I tell you what. Tanzil, $5 super chat. So Clyde found out recency from Ancestry.com that he was part Ukrainian too. Describe traits of Clyde that are similar to a Plutar. Wah, 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 wah.
And that's actually true. That's not me making that up. Clyde actually
And
did.
by the way,
part were Ukrainian, so
just out of interest there, if the Russian guy wants to patch things up, he can send me a £200 donation and I will forgive and I will kiss his ass. £200 donation and I will kiss his ass. Okay?
I have my thoughts. on that.
Yeah, £200 donation and I'll kiss his ass. No problems.
We'll give him 10 or 15 minutes.
You could tell him I've just unbanned him from the channel. So if he wants to do that, he can super chat that right now.
Okay. Beautiful.
We'll give him 10 or 15 minutes, see what happens.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, that was very short-lived. That's how it goes. That's okay. That's okay. Tan's offer does seem very good there, but I honestly, Tan, in your own opinion, I don't know why you'd even do that because your watch is fucking gorgeous.
Well, you get a freshly serviced, 5110.
Yeah.
I don't see why. I like the watch. I don't have anything against it. I think it's a cool watch. Jin will always try to fucking wear it whenever we go to dinner because he'd be like, "Oh, this is Archie's watch." So.
Yes.
And let's just keep it real, Tan. You like to flip the watches a little bit. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You like variety. You like to try something.
Yeah, I know. Archie's become the collector, and I've become the flipper. Like,
there's nothing wrong with that. You like to try something different.
Bear Clooney's just texting me. He wants me to come and visit him. Yes, Bear. We could. Bear Clooney, I could come to Canada.
He wants you to come to Canada to do the deal. That's why. Well, the thing is, Archie. Here's the good thing. Bear Clooney, runs a hotel.
Very nice
hotel. You
could
get to Canada and you could stay at his hotel. Yes. I'll meet you guys there.
Yes. That sounds really, really cool, doesn't it? My God, what are you eating there? They sound fattening, Doc.
Oh, you can hear that?
That's okay. What are they, Doc?
I'm eating organic broccoli. It's delicious. Broccoli florets.
What the fuck are broccoli florets?
The dry ones?
It's a vegetable. Never mind.
I thought he was eating
They are
something like,
delicious,
you know, wouldn't it be nice to have some salt and vinegar kettle chips or something would be really cool, don't you think?
No. I just went for a run while we were on the channel here, and no. Broccoli florets and brown rice.
When are you rebooting the weight loss program?
Uri said he already did.
Yeah. I just got to get in the mood. I've been a bit fucking out of the mood at the moment.
I'm going to be honest here for a
I
second.
promised myself every night I go to bed, I said I'm going to start tomorrow. I wake up in the morning hungry and I order a pizza. Okay?
I've got to be serious for a moment
Yeah.
because people don't understand if they've never been there. When
Yes.
you're a whistleblower, especially when you're getting dumped on like that,
Yes.
it's so much stress. No, you can't believe it. You can't believe the stress.
Exactly right. And it's kind of like PTSD now that it's over.
No, it'll keep going for at least probably a year.
You reckon?
And I'm not trying to be a downer, Debbie Downer or something, but I'm just saying
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's fair enough.
It's something most people don't understand. It's the reason why I think the news broadcasters kept replaying what you were saying, AC. They kept replaying it because you could tell in your voice, if you're thinking about whistleblowing, don't do it. It destroys your life.
$2 from Tommy. Got Omega Seamaster Ceramic his first watch. How did I do?
I figure 5
Not
out of
bad.
10. 5 out of 10.
Not my first choice, but not bad.
You should have gone for a Rolex. Every man needs a Rolex. And if you're going to buy...
Or he could have gone Man on the Moon stage.
Exactly right. Speedy. You'd have to go Speedy, wouldn't you? That's the best bang per buck sports iconic Omega. Without a doubt.
And the interesting thing to me, they got it right before they even knew they were getting it right. It's 42 mil.
I'd give it a
If
6.
you're into the big...
I'd give it a 6 out of 10. You can do a lot worse.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing, but I mean, it's not my first choice.
Sure.
That's okay. We're getting another email back from our Russian friend there.
Oh,
I'm not even angry.
Is he giving you the 200?
I'm not even angry. A good point. I never meant to annoy you. I generally liked you and wanted to make the deal, yet you still insult me and my people. Well, Archibald, don't worry about it.
I think...
Put something in Russian, which I don't understand. Okay.
I think
that may not have been a good move. That may not have good. You know, when you insulted the son of a very wealthy Russian, that may not be a clever move. You know, speaking whistleblowing may become the least of my problems.
I don't think he's a very wealthy Russian. I just don't.
All right, sorry, I was on mute. What did the Russian say?
The Russian actually came back and said, just 1 minute, $5 super chat from Fuckification. After a Tudor Black Bay Red, Man on the Fucking Moon, and Explorer 139, what should I get next? Well, have you still got those? I don't understand. After, that's his current collection.
I like
Tudor Black Bay, Man on the Moon, Explorer 1. What would I get? I would get, I reckon you've got to get something like a Zenith El Primero. What do you reckon, Doc?
Well, he's already got a chronograph. He's
already got the Speedy.
I know.
Give him a GMT. You only get a GMT or something.
Give him a GMT. Get a GMT. Get a GMT. Get a
Or it depends on what he likes. Reverso.
Yes, very, very well played, Doc. Very well played. This is from the Fortright. I never meant to annoy you. I genuinely liked you and wanted to make a deal, yet you insult me and my people. Well, they're my people too, Sunshine. Well, Mr. Archibald, he put something in Russian which I don't understand. Don't worry about it.
I think you should take back what you said about his people and focus
yeah. Well,
on
look, it's all. Look. You got to understand. I got very excited there. I think it's what they call a Russian fatwa. Have you heard of a fatwa?
I've heard of a fatwa, but I didn't know they came in Russian variety.
I think they do. But look, it's all okay. I just got a bit upset because I'd spent the money in my head And
5 pounds, NI addictive guy. Which is better, a 36mm Explorer or an Omega Constellation 70s two-tone 14-karat gold chronometer?
Oh my God.
Explorer 1 any day of the week. Fuck me, Dad. You can't. Those Omegas. What the fuck do you want to do with one of those?
I was thinking Explorer before finishing the name of the other Omega.
Exactly.
Like, oh,
Fuck.
if it's not Speedmaster, you got to question it at that point.
If it's not Speedmaster, it's worth shit.
Now, do you prefer the?
I mean, it better
the new
be.
do you prefer the new Explorer to the what's the one Mark has, or the 15 or the 16 570?
The 40 mil or the 42. I love both, actually. I love
If you had
both.
a choice, if you had to pick one.
Well,
Like,
I've
let's
got
say,
the 40 mil. I got the 40 mil, but I would love to add a 42 to complement it in a black. I'd have a white and a black one.
I think Mark's not going to like me for saying it, but the difference between the when they went larger and everything got thicker, it isn't as it doesn't have that refined look anymore. Like when I say thicker, the edges on each of the markers is thicker. The edges on the hands are thicker. Everything's a little thicker. So it means
I got another email in. I got another email in from our Russian friend here. Well, I'm sorry for getting your hopes up. Genuinely sorry, but I think it's in your best interest to take back what you said. Else, watch the roads. Well, look, you got to understand. It's the ultimate in betrayal. There, I thought I had someone who was legit, honest guy, young guy, yeah, but honest guy with the money, and I'd already spent it in my head, and I've only got so many brain cells left, and to disappoint me like that, I just lost my temper because it's it was like when Putin asked for that gas pipeline back from your father. It just really pisses you off. We've got. I understand. You know what I mean, and so look, don't take it the wrong way. I think, considering you haven't sent $1 as a donation, I think I've been pretty cool about the whole thing. So,
well, he hasn't sent $1 because he's rich. Just remember that.
That's right. So, anyhow, I think in future we've learned a very valuable lesson.
What's that?
Don't get your dreams built up when 15-year-olds text you, okay?
Is he really 15? Wow.
He's finishing high school, 16. I mean, come on. I think it's all.
Max would never.
It's uncool. It's uncool to say you're going to do all this stuff.
It's not about the age, though. Is my point.
Let me ask you a question about the Milgauss you're picking up. You said the crystal is chipped, right? Are you going to replace that? I heard it's a $500 crystal.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's too bad. I'll just wear it and use it.
By the way, Jordan, this is the guy, by the way, who would send his 5107 to get service locally in Brisbane and not to Paddock. So I'm sure he'll figure out a crystal.
I sent the 5107 to a guy in Sydney, actually.
In Sydney?
Yeah, he was very expensive. Believe you me, I should have sent it to Paddock, but anyhow.
There's a couple jewelers that offer that, when you buy a watch from them, they'll say, oh, free service forever, and they got some guy in the back, that claims you can work on Paddocks and everything else.
So anyhow, I think with the Russian guy there, we'll just leave it. We'll call it quits. I think, it didn't work out.
I'm just gonna emphasize, though, Max L is 15, if I'm not mistaken. He would never do this. If he came up with a deal, he's going through with the deal. Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with his age.
He's watch dealing himself right now. You know,
Has he
so
sold
yeah,
some of the rancher's stuff? The rancher was saying it was moving very slowly.
I think he did. He said he sold like a few pieces and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on with their business.
I think the rancher wanted his stuff back. I wasn't wrong.
But my point is that if he lined up a deal, he's moving through with the deal. Has nothing to do with age. It's not about the age. You can be an asshole at 10, and you can be an asshole at 80 or 90.
I think the biggest stupidity thing I did wrong was getting excited when they hadn't even put a dollar down as a holding deposit. That's what I did wrong.
Well, you just spent it in your head, like you said. That's what
the guy's come back to me. He says to me, "Sorry, understand I was going to go through, but he instantly regretted it. Good luck."
I just don't get. I just don't get why he's regretting it. I mean, it's a good price. It's a serviced watch. I mean, there is very little risk.
There's nothing to regret.
He said to remind my viewers that millionaires aren't communists, despite being Russian. Water under the bridge, it's all Red Rover.
There's nothing to regret if you actually are able to buy.
And all he's got to do now is send a small donation to top that off so that we know he's not full of bullshit. So a $10 super chat would be very cool.
Steve Camasso, $1.
Thank you, message, Steve Camasso. Ah, Jesus, that was a bit nasty. What do you reckon? We had our hopes up. The deal fell through.
It's pretty bad because it was more than just one message too. I mean, it wasn't just a whimsical and then, oh, you know what, I'm in over my head. No, it's kind of a little more deliberate than that.
How's your debt snowball going, Jordan?
I don't have any more debt. That's what I was saying. I've passed that point. Just recently, actually, just a few months ago, I became debt-free. No credit cards, no student loans, no car loans, nothing.
Tanzil, $5 super chat. Call up the rancher and tell him the story of the Russian that got away. I think the rancher's watching. I don't need to tell him, and I don't want to repeat it. I got a headache from all this disaster. But no offense to the Russian there. It's all cool. We love you. You're welcome back again. It's all cool. Don't worry.
Well, there's rumors that the Russian and the rancher might be in league together or potentially connected somehow. There's a lot of conspiracies that are going on in the chat right now.
Yeah,
well, I'm one to believe in conspiracies, but I got to tell you, that makes no sense.
So Jordan,
if the rancher was involved in this, it would still be going on right now.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Do you put your faith into Ramsey? That's the sole purpose why you've done well, is it? Because of Gordon Ramsay or what?
Dave Ramsey.
Sorry?
No, Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, Dave Ramsey.
$5, Jamie Y. You got to take one vodka shot for $5.
There you go.
I'll go and do that. I'll go and get that. I'll go and get it there. So now that you're debt-free, did you do the debt-free scream?
No, I didn't call in, but I did follow the plan.
You haven't got a mortgage yet, have you? You're a bit young. You're only young.
Yeah, no, I'm 27 and I live in LA, and the prices are just so crazy. So right now I'm just renting.
Would you move to a cheaper state?
No, because I work here, so
okay.
Able to do that.
You know, there's porn other places too.
Right. But the good ones are done in LA, so I gotta stick around.
Okay.
So anyhow, Doc, I gotta ask you this, Doc.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? Should I take Tan's deal up? What do you think? I don't know. What do you think, Doc?
I think.
Be honest. Speak honestly.
I think it's.
Doc,
I think it's a good deal.
5035, new Speedmaster Moonwatch, the big large suitcase, $2,000 US.
You can always use the cash, right?
The Speedmaster you could flick no problem.
The Speedmaster,
Yeah.
you can
Speedmaster
flip, you can
is like
decide,
cash.
and you can decide which Speedmaster you like the most. You might even do a few videos where you have two Speedmasters at the same time. How balling is that? You got two Speedmasters at the
I
same
think
time.
priority number one is get rid of that Tudor Hydra.
You reckon?
That thing is shit.
No, see, you can do that anytime. You got a good price on the Hydronaut. I'm sorry that everybody wants to dump on that one. If it weren't for the bezel, that's a nice watch, number one. And number two, you got a great price on it. You can get rid of it anytime.
And Bear Clooney says you could stay at his hotel in Canada. So
Bear Clooney. I'm gonna go and get that shot. I'm gonna go and get that shot. I'll be back in 1 minute. I'll go and grab it.
all right. Where is the Gin Tingler, man? It's probably like what, 10 o'clock over there in Singapore.
How long does it take for him to sleep off a hangover?
Yeah, it's.
I have no idea. I'm asking.
I'm assuming he would have logged on by now, or at least seen that we were still on. So like Goldberg is surprised we're still on, but because he's out. He's out. So
he's like, well, maybe I'll be home.
Nicholas Augusta says take Tan's deal and back out 3 minutes.
I have to say that was very surprising. That whole, very surprising. I can't believe somebody would. If that has to be a practical joke. Somebody.
I just don't get it. Like if it's not, I don't understand. Like what's there to be remorseful about? You got to watch at a really good price. And it's a freshly serviced watch. Like there's really no reason,
right,
not to do it.
That's why it doesn't make any sense. That's why it's.
I think Archie's hesitation with my deal is he's owned a 5035, so he kind of wants to get something different. Now I think it's just easier for him to sell a 5035 than it is.
That's my point, and that's maybe he doesn't understand that. I mean, the reason your deal is good is number one, he'll have some cash in his pocket which he could use. The other reason is he'll get a second Speedmaster, and lastly, if he needs to get rid of the Patek, it'll be easier to get rid of yours than his World Time. And you really want the World Time.
Yeah, I mean, I do that deal. I think it's fair.
But also you'd like the World Time.
Yeah, it's a fair offer, and I told him, say, look, like if he wants to meet in Hong Kong, I'd meet in Hong Kong, no problem. He's just, or I think he wants to come to the buyer, So I think it's, it's probably better if he did that. Just because he feels comfortable with his watch, right? So he won't ship it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So,
and some of the stories he's lived through, I probably wouldn't ship mine either. If I had a couple watches lost, I wouldn't ship.
So
we're talking about if you chose the deal with me, we think it's better for you to come to Canada than ship a watch. So
I got to tell you, this is the closest thing I've got to a vodka. This is a bourbon.
Before you take that drink, a reminder, because Tan and I were talking.
ArchieLuxury.
If you take Tan's deal, number one, you'll have money in your pocket. Number two, you'll have a second Speedmaster. Number three, if you need to sell the Patek, Tan's Patek is much easier to sell than the World Time.
Let's talk about your debt-free snowball.
Hey, I'll tell you this just very quickly. I would do Tan's. Nothing wrong with Tan's deal. Tan's deal's good. I'm not getting rid of the World Time because I don't love it, etc., etc. I think, look, no disrespect to Tan. I love him to death, but
who doesn't love the super chats?
Pre-sell the 5035. Do the deal.
It's the 5035. Look, it's a great watch. They're all sort of hard to sell. I don't see any reason that it'd be.
But if you tried to pre-sell,
I want to go into a lesser Patek. I want to go into a cheaper Patek and diversify into some Rolex. That's what I'm trying to do. So I do agree with you. That is a great deal. I reckon you're mad to do the deal. I don't know why you'd fucking do it, but that's just beyond me. But I think realistically, it doesn't solve the problem I've got, which is the
Well, it
reason I'm
does,
selling
because
it.
I said to you, try to pre-sell the 5035, right? If you get a buyer for the 5035 before you get a buyer for the 5110, fly your ass down to Canada, do the deal, and then you've got your cash anyways when you get back home.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Okay, that sounds like a reasonable idea. Let me think on it. I've just been so disappointed. I've been prick teased today so
Because
badly.
you've sold a 5035 before locally, right? So
Yes, I did. They are a very, very the white gold one, like you mentioned, highly desirable. Grace, that's a fuck. It's. I don't understand why you're getting out of it. I don't understand it.
partly it's because Bear Clooney wants you to come to Canada. So he's already got a place for you to. He's got a place for you to stay. I'm sure he'd offer you to stay at his place, even. You know, I don't know if you've seen Bear's Cave, but that's it's definitely nice.
I haven't got any more. Oh fuck! Another message from the Russian. Understand? Fuck me dead. Okay, no worries. I think we're okay. Tell the Russian we're okay. Okay, I think we're. Jesus Christ.
You have a friend for life, AC. A friend for life.
Okay, no worries. Welcome in the motherland anytime. Thank you. Okay, look, that's cool. He's okay. He's cool. Look, that's okay. It's okay. Look, I was silly to get excited when I hadn't even done my homework on the deal. I got to be honest with you. I think I might just keep the world time, forget all these fucking deals, and it's just too fucking hard. It's just too fucking hard to do anything. It's too hard. I got to tell you, Tan, the reason I wanted out of the paddock was I wanted to get a bluesy. Okay. I can't get enough money out of, if I want to keep one Patek and I want to have one Patek and a very significant Rolex.
So Steve Camasso, $2. Calatrava and a bluesy is what you need.
That's exactly it. The World Time, that's a fucking amazing watch. I actually really, really fucking miss that watch so much. I miss it so badly. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me enough money. It's not your fault. It's just the reality. It doesn't give me enough money out. But I got to say, I reckon your white gold with the slate dial, that's a fucking rare watch, don't you think, or not?
Yeah, I think with slate dial is already rare.
It's
Then
fucking,
an Italian dial.
That's a gorgeous thing.
The reference is interesting. The reference is 5035-033G instead of I think the original slate gold is like 011 or something. But because it's Italian, it's a separate reference. It's even here we go, the Gin Tingler. You miss all the fucking drama, man.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm offering Archie. I'm offering him the 5035, a brand new Speedy, and 2K cash US for his fucking world time, and he's balking.
Or 3K and the Hydronaut.
Or 3K and the Hydronaut. Yes.
Quit yelling! Can't you tell he's coming off a hangover?
And he's balking.
How was that party?
I'm still drunk from last night.
Oh, well, that's good. No hangover.
Did you get that autograph from me?
From Waco? Sorry,
Yes.
I couldn't. He kind of blew me off. I said hi, and then he went off to the stage and to present something, and I was like, fuck.
$2 from Tommy. Calatrava is a wash for old farts.
He blew you off? Didn't you tell him you know me?
I did, and he walked even faster.
Fair enough.
But your friend here in Singapore, he's wearing.
A cool guy.
Oh, he's a fucking cool guy. He was wearing a 3940. His other friend here, he was wearing a 5070. I mean, there were some fucking heavy hitters.
These are the watches we were talking about earlier, by the way, Archie.
That guy is a fucking very heavy hitter. You know, when I met him for dinner, he was wearing a 3970, I think.
5970. He had a 5970.
Sorry. Yes.
That's even better than a 3970.
I know. Still.
By the way, Bruce, that's a perpetual calendar chronograph, by the way, for the visual.
What did he say? He's a nice guy.
Oh, he's a really nice guy.
Thank you.
We went to some. Yeah, it was an interesting night. Strangely, the Phillips party was just kind of okay. I mean, there was free booze. We stayed there for the free booze because we're like, well,
Yeah,
we
why
have
not?
to, we have to save money somewhere, right? Save money on booze and to buy a watch or come back to Singapore.
That guy with the 59.7, he's got a private whiskey bar. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
He's very cool. One of the nicest guys I've ever met.
I bet he didn't take you for a steak tartare, right?
No. We had the most amazing Indian meal, actually. It was fucking expensive, but it was best Indian I've ever had in my life.
Singapore, the Indian food here is fantastic.
It's through the roof.
Yep.
So anyhow, I nearly sold this. I sold it for £20,000, Vin. And then the kid reneged. It's a Russian oligarch. He's son of a Russian oligarch. Okay. Then Why did
he do it in pounds?
Oh, who knows?
He wanted you to
Tanzil,
go
super chat.
to London, right? Wasn't that the deal?
Yeah. Tanzil, $5
He did it in.
super chat.
He did it in. Go ahead.
Art, show the pic of B. Sanders from the WhatsApp group. That in that pumpkin boat. Yes. I'll get this.
Oh my God, that is the best picture ever.
That is
So
the
reason this guy did it in pounds was because he wanted the hassle of the conversion. In my opinion.
This guy does look like our good friend, Mr. Saunders. Mr. Saunders. Here we go. Have a look at this. Da-da-da-da.
I think there's a very good chance it actually is him. I think. You got to prove it's not him.
He's looking away because he thought he saw FP Jorin off in the distance.
Hey, I had a good friend of mine, Jin, a good friend of mine's just bought a Vacheron Constantine overseas chronograph. What's your opinion on that piece?
The 49140.
Yeah.
140.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love it.
Yeah. Your mate Tan just dished it. He said it was garbage, and why would you do that?
It's amazing bang per buck. I mean, you can get those under 10. Under 10.
At the Vacheron boutique, they told me that those Frederick Piguet movements are the most needed for service. They fuck up the most.
Everything fucks up. That's okay.
You don't have to use the chrono. You just have it for the fuck offery, and if it breaks,
exactly, it is gorgeous.
I love when Archie talks. The Sanders photo shows up in the pumpkin boat.
No, that's like the best photo ever.
By the way, Arch, if someone wants to get added to your WhatsApp group, how much do they have to pay you?
Sorry?
If one of these guys wants to get added to the WhatsApp group, how much
it's
do they have to
$20. $20.
Only $20. Wow.
That's exclusive access to ArchieLuxury. So
yeah,
that's what I was thinking. What a deal!
What a deal! It is a very cool group. It's yeah. I got to say, I'm just a bit let down at the moment. Feeling very anticlimax at the moment. It's yeah. I think I might just keep the World Time. It's too much fucking hassle.
Jen, all he needed to do was fly to Canada. Bear Clooney was offering the hotel for Archie to stay at. Fly to Canada.
Yeah. You can do a deal in Sault Ste. Marie. Or wherever.
Yeah. Well, I told him, I said, I'll give him the 5035. I'll give him the Speedmaster, brand new in box with a large suitcase and $2,000 US. And Bear Clooney's like, look, he could stay with me in at my hotel or whatever. We want him in Canada. Yeah. Archie would deliver it. And I even told Archie, pre-sell the 5035 in Australia, so that when you just pick it up and you come home.
They're not that easy. I don't know which planet you're on, but a 5035 is not an easy thing to sell either. They're fucking any buyer over 10,000 Aussie dollars is hard. Believe you me, fucking hard.
Well, Jin's in Singapore. You can ask him to pre-sell it over there.
Yeah.
They're nasty in Singapore. You don't want to sell anything to those people there.
People are really nice here. Well, well, not for watches, but it's a very small community here as far as watches goes.
It's really cool if you're hanging out. It's okay if you're hanging out with friends like I introduced you to, Jin.
Fuck, man. Thank you. You know, they reached out to me on Instagram, and
They're really cool. They're very cool guys. Don't you worry about that. They are super.
They are. You have very good friends. Very cool friends.
I'm very lucky. They're cool.
Is this the guy you disrespected his chronomet blue in person, and you made an apology video for?
No, that's another one. But he's a cool guy too. He's very cool. Guys, I'm going to have to wrap this show up. I want to thank you for coming on because we've had some terrible shows lately. I haven't made much money at all. It's been stinkers, absolute stinkers. But
well, tonight makes up for it.
I got to tell you honestly now, I'm now taking off. The World Time is officially off the market after this.
But hold on, but just let Jim know that the dating coaching, the life coaching, and how to be a YouTube celebrity are still up for sale for $35 an hour.
Oh yeah, of course, I still do that.
Don't make any rash decisions. You know, this whole oligarch purchase thing just happened tonight. Don't make any rash decisions. Give yourself a little time to think about it.
I'm taking it off the market. I'm just taking. I just that's it. I'm taking it off Gumtree. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, you know, everyone recognized me from ArchieLuxury. Everybody knew who you were. So
that's fantastic. You had kudos.
You are a real international YouTube celebrity.
Well, that's only in that elite group of super rich Singaporeans.
I mean, what else can you? What else do you fucking want? People were telling me here. They're like, don't ever move here. It's all about the fucking money.
Yes, it is. You're right. Guys, I'm going to end this show. I want to thank you for coming on. Tan, you are a cool guy. Let me think on that deal. That deal is a very. I don't understand why you'd want to do it, but that deal is a very fair deal. I probably want to get. I want to get more out of my paddock. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to have less paddock money. To quote Dave Ramsey, I want less paddock, more Rolex.
Less paddock, more pumpkin.
Yeah, less paddock, more pumpkin. That's exact. So what I'm trying to do is get a cheaper. I want to get a cheaper paddock. Your paddock is still far too expensive. That's probably a sideways move, and I get it. I completely do get it. I probably want to regroup. Debt snowball. I've got a few debt snowballs. I've got 10,000 on Visa card. I've got 2,250 to Scotty. I owe the sucker horn about $350. I've got the Hydronaut I owe money on. And I owe Dave, once I get the Milgauss, about $5,000. That's my debt snowball.
You need to take care of the sucker horn as soon as you can.
I will. I've just had some personal problems lately, okay? Okay, guys, thank you so much. It's been a great show. Thank you. Tan, thank you for the offer. I tell you honestly, if I wanted to go sideways, that's a very fair offer, but I probably want to get less paddock out of it. Does that make sense?
Less paddock, more pumpkin.
Less paddock, more pumpkin. Exactly. I want to, yeah, exactly. But your paddock is fucking amazing. I honestly...
Well, I asked Jin to see, like in Singapore, is yellow gold all the rage, or is it white gold? Like, what is it in Singapore right now?
Let me say this to you. The dealers are stupid. The dealer in Australia, he didn't list the white gold World Time. He only listed the yellow because he said, oh, it's smaller. The Asians prefer yellow gold. When I had the white gold one, I could have sold it 3 or 4 times over.
No, everybody was saying white gold and platinum were their favorite metals.
It's
At
just
least at least among collectors.
very,
might not be
very
among
hard.
the general public, but definitely among collectors. I mean, they're all lusting after platinum or like steel Calatravas. They had a 570 white gold sweep seconds. The 570 that I wanted.
570, yeah.
So I registered as a bidder. We'll see how much it goes for. It's Phillips Hong Kong, so it'll probably go for something insane.
Crazy.
But if
Guys, I got to shut this. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Think about Tan's deal.
yeah, think about it.